everybody! There is a Sonic on my face. Welcome to Be Gay Do Crime, the D&D show where Sonic farts rainbows right in my face every time because apparently we've got a hype train going.
What are you doing in my swamp?
Hell yeah. A level, Jesus fuck. I look away for 1 second. Hi guys, welcome. Be Gay, do drugs, hail Satan.
Gay.
Correct. Wonderful. My name's No Man, and I am your Furby shepherd on this beautiful day. And I'd like to introduce you to my super cool and neat friends here. Up here we have that's Adrian. Hi, Adrian. But I was gonna start with Ellie like I always do. But if you want to mix it up,
You're just waving.
oh, okay. Ellie, who the heck are you?
Hi, I'm Ellie. I've been playing a lot of League of Legends. Currently, today, all day, I've been grinding ranked, trying to get that LP and also not cry about it when I don't win the games because 50% of it is like a mental game. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean, No Man? As someone who plays a lot of video games competitively.
As an elite gamer,
Yeah.
I too find that esports are really a psychological warfare, first and foremost.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's what I'm here to talk to you about today.
Sun Tzu always said.
But hey, hi, I'm Ellie. I've been streaming like a little bit more. Yesterday I streamed for 5 hours and it was really fun. I played some TFT, I played some League of Legends, I played some Dungeons and Dragons. If that's the kind of content you're into, you should follow me. Hey.
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 Also, very important announcement.
Hmm.
The unofficial BBEG of this stream, as we all know. Oh, Hatter.
Uh-oh.
Party. What did it say? Party no DM inspo or party and DM inspo? Because if you gave 40 and you... Thank you so much. Hell yes. So it is a favorite fan theory that Fajoli the brownie is the real big bad behind it all. And Fajoli has a very important role in this episode in the sense that Fajoli was the one who gave you the directions to the Necromancer. But the other Fajoli, the Fajoli behind the Fajoli, also has an important part in this episode, as it's his motherfucking birthday.
Happy birthday!
I literally thought that was a sound that Ellie just like
I
had.
was gonna play. I
saw you
pressed.
I
was
saw
like
you reaching for it, and then I heard "Happy Birthday," and I was like, "Oh damn!"
I mean, hey, if I sound like a sound clip, I'll take it.
clip that. Someone clip that. Add it to the soundboard. Great.
Send it to me. Let me know.
It's also our own Adrian's birth season,
Yep.
so everybody's
week.
getting born out
Now,
here today.
do I wave? I wave now? Now I can wave?
Wait, no, not yet. Stop it. Put it away. Arcadia. Hey, what's a bit of
Yes.
tawdry gossip about Arcadia?
Arcadia, as much as she loves plants and animals and everything that comes from the earth, much like me, Elephane does not like mushrooms.
What? So help me God, I'm putting a mushroom-based riddle in this episode.
Even the fun kind of mushrooms?
Mm.
Can I tell you a story?
Yeah. Is it about me?
No. It's about me.
Then I don't care.
Well, that's valid. Okay. It's about today, me at work, when autism won. Sometimes autism wins. Like today at work, when they had a picture, an illustration of a tree with 4 giant leaves on it. And the point was that the trunk was like the foundation that would build up to the leaves because they all had shit written on them, right? And I was like, that is literally not how trees work. Do you think that a trunk grows fully and then leaves appear? Like the leaves are the one who are doing the what you need here is mushrooms. If you're talking about like a symbiotic relationship, you can have a symbiotic relationship. And I went on this rant to my boss for way too long in a non-neurotypical way about how this should have been mushrooms instead. Anyway, so that's me. And that's why, you know what, they always say autistics don't understand metaphors. Maybe your metaphors are just bad. Ever think about that? If your
As
metaphors
an autistic who makes up my own metaphors constantly, I think that we do the best.
Yeah, I think our metaphors are great. Because you know what? They're factual and scientifically accurate. Cool. Next we have...
Wait, I have a joke.
Okay, yeah.
Related to the topic at hand.
Is it the pun fungi?
No.
Okay.
It's not. It's actually not about mushrooms, but
You kind of lost me there, but okay, try again.
yeah, okay. So it's a tweet. Oh, I feel like I'm hyping this up too much.
No,
I
this
feel
is how
like-
you tell jokes.
I know, and I think it's so funny.
Yeah.
But now that I'm like telling you about it, I think what I'm gonna do, because it's a meme, right? And I feel like memes are more meant to be like witnessed instead of me explaining the joke. So
Witness.
So I'm actually just gonna like quickly, just so fast, just post it in the meme Discord.
Great. Okay. Cool. Wow. The neurodivergent on main today. Adrian Driggs. Who the fuck are you? Have you got the brain cell? God, I hope so.
What? It was my turn. What are you talking about? Hi. I'm Adrian Driggs everywhere on all of the socials. Though, you know what? Right now, I kind of like fuck Instagram and Facebook. But, you know. I stream D&D a bunch and also Destiny 2 a bunch. But I like open world RPGs. And it's my birthday this week. And I'm old.
Fajoli Titus collusion confirmed. That
It
is
was
the
my
other fan
sibling's
theory, is that
birthday.
Titus is the BBEG, which I very much appreciate. Fantastic. What's a bit of tawdry gossip about Titus?
Well, so as you may or may not have noticed in episodes, Titus is very sparkly. This isn't really sparkles, though. Titus, you know how like humans like shed skin cells and it turns into dust that's lying around your house? Titus doesn't shed. Titus's skin cells, when they shed them, though, don't look like normal skin cells. They are like hardened diamonds of coal that have like only flaked off because the weight of their mass could no longer be retained by the skin. So like Titus sheds glitter instead of skin cells.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that.
This is the skin of a killer, Bella.
So really, while it may look like glitter, it's dandruff.
It's dandruff. It's eczema, actually. And it's very, oh God. Beautiful, wonderful, perfect. Fenice, for the love of God, please, do you have the brain cell?
I will try my best to have and hold this brain cell very dearly.
You're already miles
hello,
ahead of
everybody.
everyone else.
And then I'll toss it out of the window.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Hello, I'm Phoenicia Starlight. I'm a variety streamer. I do a bunch of tabletop RPGs. Right now my internet is absolutely shitting itself. So I'm hoping to recover my streaming career whenever my fucking new router comes in, because honestly, fuck my life. Otherwise, when I stream tabletop RPGs, video games, indie video games, just chatting, what the fuck ever my ADHD brain is fixated in that specific time frame, because that's how it works. So yeah, if you like chaos and unpredictable schedule, come and follow me. I'm your gal.
Hell yeah. Do it. Also,
Do it.
apparently we can tag players' names in the titles. So you can do exclamation players, exclamation BGDC, or you can just click it good and follow them already. Okay, so what's a bit of tawdry gossip about Eden?
Okay, so Eden, before Faye were transformed into a sword and Faye could still eat. One of the foods Faye really didn't appreciate in this world because it was very different from their experience in the Feywilds is asparagus, because whenever Faye ate asparagus, their pee like stank. Instead, in the Feywilds, if you eat asparagus, your pee smells like bubblegum afterwards. But material world asparagus is wrong, and Faye's still very
Material.
offended about it to this day.
Yeah. Yeah,
I like that gossip.
that was really great. That was beautiful, actually. Thank you so much for the sub. Meiji, yeah, DJ has the brain cell, but it maybe didn't be disconnected at the worst possible time. Okay, friends. Let's play some motherfucking Dungeons and Dragons. Whence last we spoke, you were Heist 2.0, and you had escaped with a cursed book that you pulled out of some sort of horrific book creature's head. It was the head. You took it, you ran with it, and it had information about portals. Portals that you had been seeking. And my question is, where did you go from there?
Well, we
Um,
escaped.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Arcadia would have been looking for somewhere to rest.
Would you go back to the Liminal Manor, or would you go to like an inn or tavern?
I think we should go back to the Liminal Manor just to stay out of sight. We did create a bit of a ruckus battling the Chimera.
Deny,
But-
deny, deny.
But
And
Arcadia's
I
a
mean,
little
we
bit sus
were
about
creating
the
chaos
manor.
in the library as well.
The library may or may not have been burned to the ground.
So we
Not
should
Titus's fault.
probably get the fuck out of the streets and go back to the Liminal Manor, which apparently is perhaps another place.
We don't know.
Okay, so I will say let's decide this in media res. Okay, smash cut to Arcadia, just like baby driver at the shell chariot with Darling, just weaving through the streets of Oxvale, and you can hear the sort of sounds of ruckus in the background, the occasional explosion. I don't even know where that one came from. And as we pan by, you just see the carriage swoop by, and in its wake, the flutter of some wanted posters hit the cobblestones, and we look at them and we see your beautiful faces. Dee-dee-dum, dee-dee-dee-dee-dum, dee-dee-dum. Hello, beautiful interlopers. Welcome. You're perfect timing. We're just getting started. Okay, so Arcadia, give me an athletics check with advantage.
Not animal handling?
Just kidding. Give me an animal handling check with advantage. Because you have the getaway driver feat that I made up. And thank God you do, because otherwise you guys would have died a long time ago.
I got an 18.
Hell yes. So tell me what that looks like. Like what is a getaway driver? What does Arcadia look like in getaway driver mode?
She's definitely doing like a hi-ya, with the reins.
Mm-hmm.
But like not too hard because she loves Darling.
It's just like the sound to let Darling know. Like you do it
That's
above, so
right.
it's like no. Ka.
Yeah.
On you go.
Yeah, exactly. Like, quickly, darling.
The gentlest getaway driver.
Mhm.
Okay, so you managed to kind of go wind through the streets to the point where the glow of the fire behind you is no longer illuminating your backs. But I have no recollection of what time it is, because much like my real life, I am time blind in this game as well. I'm going to say it's evening now. It feels like evening. You went to a library and then you ran away. Feels like evening to me. So you, the sun is starting to set, and you can see people kind of closing up their shops for the day. You are definitely getting some looks because you are focused on speed rather than stealth, but you have a moment to breathe now, where you've kind of come to a back alley. And you're able to slow down for a second, and you don't think anyone sees you, and you're able to speak to each other.
Is everyone all right?
Titus's face first in this book already.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Titus, give me an
okay.
intelligence check.
How are you? Are you okay?
I've been better.
Okay.
I got a 23.
So Titus is on that nerd shit, just like matrix text going behind their head. They are not listening to you, but they are just like getting information, like flipping the pages faster than should be possible to read, and then referencing it. Every once in a while you just hear Titus going like, encouragingly.
What is it, Titus?
I was right. I was totally right. 100% right. Look, this here right here, this means that if we jump from here to here, and you know what? I think the manor is not on this plane. Like we had this discussion with Joy. I remember he mentioned it, but like this is supporting his theory. So I'm definitely buying into his theory now. They were definitely correct. Definitely correct. And then
Yes, I'm a little weary of the manor as well, but they have allowed us to stay and kept us safe out of the public eye.
oh yes, we should definitely go back. We need to get our supplies.
Yes.
And plus, we should probably go there so we have a minute to not be worried about anybody looking for us, so we can perhaps look at that map and the directions that we have been given.
Yes, I think we should head back to the manor, get some rest, gather our
Probably
things.
talk to Owl. We should probably talk to Owl. I have more questions for them.
Talk to Owl, and then set off for the Necromancer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
In the morning after we rested, yeah?
Titus, can you hold up that book for me?
Titus holds it up and it's upside down.
Arcadia wants to use her divine sense to detect good and evil on the book.
Okay.
Titus is still reading the book just upside down now, flipping the pages one-handed.
Arcadia, could you read that ability out to me, like what it does?
As an action, you can detect good and evil. Until the end of your next turn, you can sense anything affected by the Hollow spell or know the location of any celestial, fiend, undead within 60 feet.
Okay. Celestial, fiend, and undead. Okay.
Or like good or evil.
Yeah. So I will say, you immediately, this book lights up to you in this sort of vision. I have this image of how it works where it's like your whole vision goes grayscale except for the things.
I picture that too.
Yeah.
It's like like infrared kind of like outlining something.
Exactly.
Wasn't there a show that did that? Wasn't that like in Miraculous with Ladybug and Cat Noir? That was her little special power with the...
I picture
lucky-
Widowmaker's ultimate.
Oh, okay.
I read a novel about a lesbian necromancer who had this ability. So we all have our genre.
Wait, is that Gideon the Ninth? Is that Gideon the Ninth?
It's not, but that is also an excellent lesbian necromancer book.
I'm actually reading that book right now.
Dude, it's on my to be read. It's literally
You
sitting
guys
next to
are
my bedside
so
table.
gay.
That's pretty
So
fucking gay. Also, the thing about Gideon the Ninth that I love is like it's a lesbian necromancer, but it's not a romance. It's
Which
like,
is exactly what I'm excited about.
well, which I was bamboozled because I was like, why aren't they in love yet? Excuse me. And I was like, wait a
Until the
second.
second gets more so.
Well, I'm waiting. I'm on my wait list at the library. But I want them to fall in love now. And I'm like, why aren't you kissing? Smooch more. I was like, what? Just one bed? When? I'm like me skipping, be like, okay, yeah, political subterfuge. Where's the kissing? Why? Too gay to read. Anyway,
So what lights up in my divine sense?
okay, so the book Titus is holding does light up as evil initially. Like it's got that sort of waviness, but then it starts to dissipate. And it kind of gives you the effect of someone who's recently, like the time I went to Lush on my lunch break and then got sent home from work because it was a fragrance-free zone, even though I wasn't wearing any fragrance, I just went into a Lush.
You're literally,
That
Lush is
so
like an
fucking fun.
assault on your nasal, just like you walk by it in the mall and you're like, ah, you've been like punched in the face by smells.
Yes, correct.
Not as bad as Abercrombie in
Okay,
like
fair,
mid
yeah.
2000s though.
Oh, I
Yeah,
remember. Or
yeah.
Hollister.
Because oh my god, like as soon as I got and put foot in Abercrombie, like immediate
spray.
headache.
Yeah.
That's really, yeah. Anyway. Now I can
Okay,
shop
so it
at Lush online.
It starts to change.
So it has that thing where it dissipates. So there's the memory of evil on it, but it does not seem to be like it's not producing more evil from within it, if that makes
Gotcha.
sense.
Yeah. Like an eau de toilette, just like a little of evil, just like a little.
Like books that were in a smoker's house.
Yeah. Like this book was in a Lush and then bought by a smoker, and then now you have it, and you're
Now
like,
we got
man,
it.
Right.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So
All
like
right.
it's not evil per se, but it was submerged in an environment that was so toxic that it like kind of like
Or
stuck
like possibly it was evil, but we've severed it from whatever was making
from
it.
the evil source.
I mean, you did decapitate it, and got it a place from called the Anathema Collection.
Yeah.
It's true.
Great.
Okay. So all right. I was just checking something. Shall we?
Yeah.
All right, darling.
And you make it to the perimeter of the city and manage to find one of the secret entrances to the Liminal Manor. When you step into the manor, it is quiet. There does not seem to be any activity there, but you just see the sort of infinitely stretching halls, an empty ballroom, and the usual things that are there, but you don't see anybody around. Which isn't too uncommon. Sometimes there's things on fire when you come back, but sometimes there isn't. It's a big banner.
Eden,
Yes.
I don't really know how to say this, but could I sleep in your room tonight? I don't want to be alone.
Sure. There's plenty of room in my bed. I'm only a sword.
Thank
I
you.
just like starts nodding their head like, that's a good idea. We should probably stick together.
Oh, Titus, did you want to join us?
I mean, I don't trust what's going on in this manor. I think it would be a bad idea for us to separate, especially now that we know that there's like portals all over the place. Every time you go through a doorway, it could be a new portal. And I just don't trust it. I don't trust it. I think we should stick together.
All right, let's.
Yeah, you can all sleep in my room with my children.
I just like, good, I'll get snacks.
You get to Eden's room, and Eden sword, you just kind of like knock open the door and immediately like, okay, I don't remember who was with you and who was left in the menagerie.
Estelle is with us. Long Furby, and Beans
Kidney.
are in there.
Pinto?
No, I guess Pinto isn't there. Yeah, if Pinto wants to live in my room, fuck yeah.
Yeah,
Like, I'll
Pinto
take
does most of the
Pinto.
time live in your room. Just because he's friends with Kidney, like Kidney's his bestie.
Yes, but Kidney has its own terrarium
Yeah.
with the humidifier, so it doesn't dry up its beans.
Yeah. Okay. So you open the door and you just see this elaborate terrarium that has now taken over. It has grown since you were last here, and
Of
it is
course.
now has like a new like enrichment zone for Kidney the Bean Furby, who is just kind of like dripping like pork and beans like in a rough furry. And Pinto is in there with him, and they are playing blackjack. That's what they're doing.
Of course.
Titus immediately sits down to join in.
You are outside the terrarium, and so Pinto looks at you and goes, "Ally?"
Titus is like, oh, you know it.
And then just kind of takes a card out of the deck, folds it into a little paper airplane, and throws it. And we're gonna see how good Pinto threw it for the most important roll of the day.
Against the
Hey, you know what? Pinto got a 12. I'm gonna say it doesn't go right to Titus, but it does make it out of the like the terrarium. Okay? Just like I don't think there's a lid on this terrarium. It's not very
No, it's open. It's an open terrarium. It has like a cascade of mist that keeps cascading down, so it has to be open.
the cards are waterproof.
Yes.
It has like a beeswax film on it.
Exactly.
Yeah, and he folds up another one to Titus. You now have 2 cards. They are a 9 and a queen.
Wait. Queen counts as an 11, right? All of
A
the
10.
royals count. They count as a 10.
Yeah, you got a 19. That's pretty good.
Yeah, Titus is going all in all the way. Titus literally pulls out the pocket watch.
Hey, what's up,
This-
Titus?
Trust me. And then he puts it on the side of the table next to the terrarium.
No,
It's
I
like,
don't do great with moisture. It's
No,
bad for my complexion. I prefer
okay.
an arid
I'm
climate.
keeping you, but don't worry. I'm not betting you, but I'm kind. Don't worry, we're gonna win.
Titus, what did I tell you about betting your friends?
Okay. And Titus puts him back in and then pulls out.
Hey, I want to watch though. I want to watch this.
Oh, okay.
Thanks.
And puts him on his shoulder.
Thank you. But you see, Pinto has like laser beam focus on the pocket watch now, and looks at you like, "Ally, ally."
Maybe.
Okay.
I'm like, I just imagine them like trading like those like big ass white beans.
Yeah.
Lima beans?
That's yeah, those like the huge ones, you know?
Yeah.
That's the currency.
Yeah.
Okay, so they flip over their cards. Kidney got a 15, which honestly, Kidney is very bad at blackjack. They definitely should have hit, but they did not. Pinto also got 19, and I don't know how tiebreakers work in blackjack.
Oh shit.
Um,
The dealer always wins, I think.
Kidney was the dealer.
Mm.
Okay, now you gotta flip a coin. It's me. It's a roll off. This is how gambling works.
Okay. I don't have any coins.
And I mean, you're just gonna roll a d20.
Okay.
It's a push. Mikan says it's a push. Where we have to we both have to flip another card or like what? Or we
Should we pick up one more card? Or someone has to pick up one.
Somebody
we
who
both have to
plays
pick up-
blackjack, tell me this is the most. This is all I care about.
I think we both have to pick up one more card, and whoever, if we both go over, we
What's it?
both bust, and nobody wins, right?
Oh shit!
Oh really?
Okay, well, roll, I guess, a d10? Because that's cards.
Not me hovering over these so they tell me which D this is. Okay. I'm not very familiar with all the Ds. Got a 2! Blackjack!
Damn.
Pinto got
That's
a
amazing.
9.
Ooh,
Yes, they failed. They went over. Bust.
dang.
Wow. So Pinto just like stares daggers at you.
And Titus like, here.
Ally.
Pulls out a pair of dice. Charlatan's dice.
And then Pinto turns toward Kidney and goes, ally, ally. And Kidney goes, Kidney. And Kidney goes, and vomits up a really shiny rock. And
Is it black by chance? Like a black
no, it's
volcanic rock?
labradorite.
Oh, I love labradorite.
Oh, great. Pinto grabs it and throws it to you. Goes, ally.
Titus like, yes. Thank you.
This is all I care about. Now let's just play blackjack with and Kidney for the rest of the show. I'm done. Great, beautiful, perfect. And the long Furby sails out from wherever they were contained and just starts like flying around the room and just kind of drapes themselves over a curtain rod. Just like lounging there. They've made they're their own hammock. And that's on believing in yourself. Estelle immediately tries to steal the shiny rock from Titus. We're gonna do competing dex checks.
Oh dear. Hold on, I gotta toggle my sheet size. My sheet's too big. You said dexterity?
Yeah. Estelle rolled pretty good. Well, Estelle's got decent dex.
Did it wrong? Wait. I think I crashed my D&D. Hold on. The site is mad. I'm gonna refresh this page.
Quinn says before long the terrarium will have neon lights and roulette wheel in the back. Every time you come back, the terrarium is more and more of a casino.
They're gonna get to the point where they have like the most expensive hotel and they have all sorts of weird critter visitors hanging out, and drinking
Yes.
martinis.
That is going to be canon, and yes, it is going to happen. 100%. Yep. I'm going to let this happen.
Should I just roll it in your chat since I'm struggling with the
Sure.
page is not loading?
Exclamation D20.
D20
The
plus
buffet.
3.
Okay.
So I have an 18.
Oh, Estelle got a 16. You win. So Estelle, how does this happen? She's like dive bombing you like a crow, like the crow who saw my scrunchie and decided to attack me when I was out running during nesting season. Just like dive bombing, like trying to get it. What do you do?
Titus, like kind of like a magic trick, like flips the rock, and it, as they're doing this, and Estelle's coming by, they flip their hand away, kind of like David Bowie-esque, and then the rock is gone because it's gone down their sleeve.
Estelle stops directly in front of your face and looks at you. How?
Magic, my dear.
Magic, 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 and flies over to Eden. Magic,
Yeah, magic.
magic,
Trick.
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 Her brain cell is quaking. Okay,
It's
great.
okay. I'll teach you whenever I'm back with hands.
Hand.
I'll teach you some tricks. And then you can do that to other people.
Estelle,
Yeah.
magic,
Yes.
tricks,
Yes.
hands,
Yes.
people.
Uh-huh.
Hands, feet.
Mm-hmm. We'll go and practice outside.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, hop. Yes, hop.
Yes, hop. Yes, hop.
He does. Estelle does like very fast hop. Oh, wait, of course she has to say yes, hop in Arcadia's voices. Yes, hop. Yes, hop. Yes, hop. Fantastic. Okay. Anybody else?
Can I say that? Well, I don't know. That depends. Are we going to like sleep time now? Is it sleep time? Okay.
I thought we were going to look for
For owl.
either owl or
I have very little hit points. I need to rest.
fair. I guess we could have a chat in the morning.
Over tea and crumpets for breakfast.
Sure.
Trying to get the characters to take a long rest is just as difficult as trying to get my actual neurodivergent friends to take a long rest, which is to say almost impossible. Y'all don't have sleep hygiene to save your goddamn lives.
No, we'll take a long rest. Fine.
Okay. The DM says, go the fuck to sleep.
Okay, we took it. I took it. I did it.
Great. Titus, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh. 19.
You sleep like an absolute baby. Beautiful. Well rested. Stronger.
I take that long rest then.
Yeah. Everybody gets a long rest.
I'm gonna leave the bed for the both of them, and then I'm gonna go and snuggle up with Andaloke and Estelle
On the
in the
curtain.
Andaloke hammock.
Okay, Andaloke is the hammock that you and Estelle are cuddled in, and Andaloke is also the blanket. So you just like pull the tail of the long Furby over you both, and Estelle snores. But like a cute, like like a pug, like just like.
It's a little gremlin. Oh, okay. I love it.
This is your terrible child. You're welcome. Okay. And the night passes without incident. Congratulations, you've all taken a long rest. Proud of you.
Can I do one of my infusion changes since we took a long rest?
I would love that.
So I've never gotten to do this before, and this was Finiche's idea and suggestion. I would like to create a homunculus servant, but instead of a normal homunculus servant, I would like it to be a little fiery mechanical cat body for my flame pocket watch to have some autonomy and be able to move around.
Oh my god, I love that.
Wait, we have art.
We have art.
Wait, where's art?
We made it's in the chat. It's in the place where we told you you didn't need to read.
Oh, no. I'll repost.
Thank you.
We'll repost.
I'll put it in art.
Yeah.
Our well, I guess okay, hang on.
Fire kitty.
Yeah.
I'll put it in our community space art, and then Gnome, if you want to bring it up on stream, you can.
Yes, I can't bring it into the VTT, but I can bring it up on my stream and anyone else who wants to bring it up on their stream. Oopa. Oopa.
I always feel like that's like an AI, you know, that AI Bluetooth voice that you do, Gnome? I feel like it's like if they were to like strum the harp really flaring dramatically, instead of going ching 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 to get people's attention, they like strum a harp because they're extra.
I really like the sound that Twitter makes when you refresh it. Out of all the annoying computer sounds,
That's kind of like swooshy sound.
No, it's like a really lovely sound.
Oh.
It goes like and it's really nice. That's all.
And it almost feels like someone's taking a stick across a couple of other sticks.
Yeah.
But it's like it's like almost like a xylophone, but like dragging softly the stick across it instead of the ball end.
Okay. Should I still be waiting for this art?
Yeah. Where the fuck is it?
It should be in our.
I found it.
Yeah, I told you my manic text wall was quite aggressive.
Marimba. Marimba.
It's been posted in the community
Aw.
space art.
It's cute. A kitty. Well, add him to the frickin' family. Oh shit. Funny, because Titus, you're the only one who actually sleeps. Because Eden is an elf and Arcadia's a half elf. So Arcadia needs to like rest, but actually trances, right? Don't you trance?
No, I think only elves trance. Half elves still sleep 8 hours.
Do they? I don't know.
I don't think I do sleep 8 hours.
There was a whole conversation about you not sleeping with Jolie. That you slept less. But it didn't specify how much, I don't think.
Half still do 8
And
hours, Detect says. Thank you, Pose.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay. Good to know. Okay, so Arcadia's conked out. Arcadia's also was not thriving in the physical sense of all the blood wounds. So maybe Arcadia's sleeping real heavy. And then Eden, in your sword form, you're just like really cozy, snuggled up with your little guys. And Estella's out like a light. So you ever do that thing where like you wake up, but then the cat's still asleep and looks so cozy that you're like, I could sleep some more. And then you just go back to sleep. Like...
I think I'm going to just like make sure that like all the regular things that like I used to do, like I don't know, like I'm gonna like prestidigitate some more mist into the terrarium, like like just do the upkeep that I usually do, but like very minimal. Like I'm still like kind of laying against like Andaloke and just like prestidigitate. Prestidigitate.
So my vision is that Titus has woken up but is still in bed, but he's just like reading. And is like also making sketches. And Titus, you'll have to go to your workshop to actually build the homunculus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Titus disappeared literally upon waking at the crack of freaking dawn because they woke up and they were like, duh, why didn't I do this before?
Okay, so Titus, we are going to kind of pan over to the workshop. You get to the workshop, and I hope this is the right one. It's not. Shit.
It's like a spider.
Yeah, imagine there wasn't a spider, and I had the right workshop instead. Okay, you get to the workshop, and immediately you see that Cecil and Roger are both there, and they look panicked as shit. They are even more panicked than the time you like fireballed half the workshop. And Cecil runs up to you, Titus, you're back. Now, Titus,
Yeah.
Titus, we're friends, right?
Well,
Just say yes, Titus.
when's my birthday?
This week, actually.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we're friends.
Okay. All right, Titus. So, her little goblin hair is quaking. The space buns are frizzy as shit. The goggles are around her neck. A mess. Cecil is a mess. And she goes, now you would tell me if you had done something that would, read my little books, right?
What?
Remember, last week you were making me fetch all the books for you. Remember?
Yes. And they were all wrong, and someone had torn pages out. Yes.
Yeah, well, look at them now. And and they're just like, you see that she has been pulling books off the shelves, and they are open all around the lab.
Wow, you made a really big mess.
Look at that.
I mean, I know I said I'm your friend, but I'm not going to clean this up for you. As they walk over to the books and then glance down, and they like gasp, extremely like painfully sharp, and suddenly like, what did you do?
So you look, and all the books are blank. So the covers are still the same, and these are many that you've been familiar with because you were reading through them all last week. But there is no text. The parchment is blank. In fact, some of them you still remember the the distortions on the page, like which books had like worn and curled edges, or perhaps some wear of time, which one had a tea stain. But there is no more ink.
Did you touch something on my desk while I was gone?
Titus, no. All I know is I've been working from these books for years, and then you come in here, you make a big fuss about the book, you complain about the missing pages, and next thing I know, look, there's no more pages.
We weren't even in the manor until like last night, and I went straight to Eden's room and we all went to bed. So I'm not sure how you think I could have done it. We weren't here, but it is very disconcerting. First, they are censoring our access to the knowledge within the books, and then they completely disregard all information in the books. I think it's time to talk to Owl about this.
What? I mean, let's not be hasty. Like,
No, I've made up my mind. Owl has some things to answer for, I think. I think it's time that they answer for some things. Give me a second, though. I'd like to... I need to grab some tools from my bench.
Okay. All right.
Also, do you know where Aloe is? Where they're at right now?
Owl. I never actually looked for Owl. I spend a lot of energy trying to avoid her. She scares me. They all do, the 3 bird patricians.
I mean, Owl just kept giving us drinks. It was kind of nice, actually.
Oh. She invited you around for dinner?
Yes. I think there was food. I didn't eat, but I believe there was food.
I'll invite you for tea or cocktails. That's kind of nice. No one ever invites me anywhere for cocktails.
You know what? Remember how we said we're friends and you know when my birthday is?
Yeah.
We should do cocktails for my birthday.
Are you trying to bribe me because you destroyed all my books?
No, because I'm expecting you to pay for it. It's my birthday. But we'll go together.
This sounds like a terrible deal, but I'm still going to go because I don't really have many friends.
Sounds amazing.
All right.
Okay.
I think this is fine. I'm going. Let me know if you find anything out about the books, though.
Yes, Owl's definitely gotta pay for the books. But in the meanwhile, and Titus starts like pointing at like, it's gonna be kind of hard to get stuff done in here if these are still all laid out like this, though. They might get damaged.
I'm concerned.
Yes, but they might get more damaged if you just leave them lying about. As you know, this is a very flammable pile of paper. I mean, this pile of books is very flammable, and I mean, the recent history of this location is just, it's kind of a danger for them. It's probably a good idea to put them back where you found them.
All right. I guess I could put them back.
Yes, thank you. Also, if you could alphabetize my tools afterwards, that would be fantastic.
Titus, I'm not your assistant. You work for me.
Yeah, did you see the notes that I left you?
Yeah.
And Titus like pulls out of their pocket, like, what? How would they have seen the notes? Pulls out of the pocket like a schematic that they drew up literally last night on like how to more efficiently, like,
What, Adrian? What?
how to more efficiently like help people find disguises more easily, like little pocket masks. They're like pens that turn into masks so they can put on really easily or something like that.
Cecil kind of jumps up because she's much smaller than you. She comes up to like your mid-thigh. And she does a big jump to grab it from you and goes,
You never showed me this, and I'm very angry that you're giving me directions. But also,
I'm showing it to you now.
Yeah, I also want to make this, so bugger off. I got things to do.
Yep, sounds good. And then Titus would like to make their servant.
Great. So you go to your little corner, close your tattered curtains, and to make the adorable little kitty homunculus. So are you trying to make the homunculus look like this art, or do you have a different vision?
Similar. So this was what we came up with from the AI really, really quick, like suggestions. I imagine since the pocket watch itself is kind of like it's got a lot of like, the colorful glass, stained glass. It's kind of like a stained glass mural type of pocket watch.
Mhm.
I imagine the kitty would be similar, but more dark black tones, like made out of more obsidian glass, but maybe a couple of like hints of color, I guess, since the pocket watch originally had color in it too. Maybe that would have been fun. So like kind of like this, but like made out of shards of stained glass, mostly black, some colored.
Beautiful. You so you kind of just clank, 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 and you hear Cecil whispering to Roger on the other side of the room. Immediately just hands all the instructions you gave Cecil to Roger, her brother, who is the intern, and has to put the books back now. As she has started on the schematics you made because she thinks those are more interesting. And just clank, 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 working on your homunculus. And then you kind of get your little stained glass shape, and as it cools, you take your pocket watch, and it's kind of plop it. I'm gonna say it like slots into the back of the head, like because the fire mote lives in the pocket watch, but like I'm just gonna say like you put the whole watch in there.
It's like the USB stick you're plugging into the computer.
Yeah, exactly. And the pocket goes, "Hey, I'm a cat now. Oh, look at this. I got little whiskers and shit." Titus, you gave me a body.
Yeah. I have high expectations for your assistance.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to be the best cat ever. Here, give me a little scratch right here. Under the chin.
Titus reaches down and scratches them.
Ah, yeah, that's... Oh, wait, hold on. It's actually no more scratch time. Ha ha.
Could you give me a dex saving throw?
I got a 16.
Yeah. I was just playing. Or was I? I met a cat
Titus
once.
switches up and scritches literally right perfectly behind their ears, and then the thumb in the middle of the forehead at the same time is like, yes, I know. This will be good.
Instead of purring, it sounds like the churning of a furnace when he's happy. Like it just got this like molten lava inside. And
I'll tell you what though, too. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
If you can prove that you can handle having this on the regular basis, I might make you wings.
Oh.
But you gotta be good. You gotta be useful, okay? Like you gotta, if you need to hide and be out of sight, it's very easy for me to just pop the watch out again. I'll put you in my pocket, and then you can come back the next day.
Don't do that.
It's okay. You can come back the next day if I do that. It's not like you're gone forever.
Nah, I've become very attached to this new body I have. I didn't understand why Eden was making such a big deal out of losing your body as someone who's mostly incorporeal. But
well, that's why I was
now I
thinking
get
about
it.
it. You know, Eden's whole body thing, like, and that being my fault. And I was like, wow.
Are you gonna make Eden into a cat? Oh, that'd be cute. I could have a little buddy.
Well, we'll have to see what happens when we talk to the Necromancer. Okay. Don't bring it up to Eden because maybe, I don't know, maybe they're a dog person. Like, I don't know. I don't want to make assumptions.
That is so respectful of you. Yeah. Maybe Eden wants to be a dog instead. That would be awkward for me as a cat, which I am now.
Yeah.
Okay. That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Titus. Appreciate you. Happy birthday.
Not yet.
Oh, sorry.
We'll have a lot of fun.
I heard you talking to the goblin about it. I didn't want to impose. I just know you haven't really invited me out for drinks.
Because you're always with me. You're by default. I don't go nowhere without you.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Like this, remember?
Like this. Yeah. You're the wind beneath my wings that I will have eventually, Titus. Beautiful.
Your eventual wings, yes.
Yeah.
If I build myself some wings, then we can go flying together. It would be great.
Fantastic. Okay. So Titus, where are you going? Are you returning to the room with Eden and Arcadia?
Well, yeah, Titus would probably return back to be like, okay, we really got to find Owl, and would tell them about the book's missing information and thinking it's related to what they just did.
Okay. Immediately, Fire Kitty walks in through and goes, "Hey, Eden, look who's got legs now!" It just goes, I got 1 leg, I got 2 leg, I got 3 leg, I got 4 leg.
You look good. I like the new look.
Thanks.
You know, I was thinking, Eden, as a backup plan, if the necromancer thing doesn't work out, maybe I could build you a body.
Yeah, you
Just in case. I had to try it first though, so it seems like it worked. Maybe.
Maybe something bigger with opposable tongues?
See, I told you. I think they're a dog person.
Yeah, I always say dogs got too many thumbs. I don't trust them.
Wait,
What?
do dogs have thumbs? Dogs have thumbs, right? Titus has never seen a dog.
I mean, I ain't either. I spent most of my life with you, Titus, but I'm pretty sure dogs, they got so many thumbs. But they keep them
many thumbs.
they keep them up their sleeves like a little tricksters. What they doing up there? But yeah, I'm Eden. I'm what the kids are calling proof of concept. Okay. So I mean, maybe I'm not a legendary weapon from another plane of existence who is cohabitated by my warlock patron, but I am very cute. Look at me.
You are. Titus, you did a great job. Your new pocket watch cat is really cute.
He can do cool things too. Hey.
Yeah,
Breathe fire.
I can do that.
Or maybe
Not in
Titus
this
thinks about it
room.
like maybe that's a bad idea. Last fire breath was a bad idea. So let's see. We'll show him later.
Firecat immediately horks up a fur
Fireball?
ball. No, like not
fireball.
a fireball, a fur ball, like a hair ball, which is amazing because Firecat does not have any hair. He goes, I don't know how that got in there. I'm new to having a whole digestive system. It's weird. Do I get to eat? If you die, can I eat
if
you?
you want. I think you can if you want, but you don't necessarily need it to sustain yourself. But that could be just more of a matter of, since you get to choose to, it is so much more of an art for you now.
Oh, beautiful. All right. Thank you, Titus. I'm gonna go, this has been an exhausting ordeal. I'm just gonna, and just like crawls into your blazer. Just like nestles
just
in there.
Wrapped around my neck as my like shawl.
Sure, okay, I can be a fur stole without any fur.
Softly flaming by my ears.
Yeah. But I'm always watching, never forget.
Yeah, and I start like scritching in a way that like So, we have a problem though, everyone. The books. I think they know what we just did because I was just in my workshop and staff, Titus doesn't remember anybody's names. The staff had forgotten, has noticed that all of the books are now completely blank, not just the pages about portals, all of them, all very much blank. Very, very, very blank. And so I think they know what we just did. I think we really need to talk to Owl before we head out. I got my tools and my stuff. I'm ready to go. So if we have to dip quick, we can. But I think we need to have some words with Owl.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's very weird.
That is
Censorship.
weird. But if they do know what we did, do you think they'll come after us?
I mean, they
is
let us sleep all night.
them? Well, yes, that is true. Eden, you didn't sleep for as long as us. Did you notice anything? Anything strange? Noises?
Everything was very quiet. I was just enjoying the calm. But the few hours you guys were asleep and I was awake, I didn't notice anything. You didn't hear anything.
What's your plan, Titus?
Well, Titus whips out the book. Can I do like a like an Arcana or history check from just reading the book, like what my understanding from what I've read the book is that like needs to happen for the portal related astral plane projection, like grab the soul thing.
Okay. Why don't we take a quick break? Because I didn't want to do a huge lore dump right before break.
Okay.
And you did roll a 23, so you actually already have this information from
Right.
last time you were reading it. But we'll be able to tie some pieces together. But after everyone has a fresh martini.
Also, more
did just-
Fire Kitty art in the Discord.
Oh, new Fire
Yes.
Kitty just dropped.
It's
New Fire
so
Kitty
good.
just dropped.
I like
More
all of them
Fire
so
Kitty.
much.
Oh, they're so cute. I like the blue-eyed one.
I like
I think the blue-eyed one is my favorite.
Yeah, the blue-eyed one is so
It
perfect.
has some of the themes of like
The watch with the
watch
intricate
color and
inlays.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I almost imagine that thing on its chest having the
watch
watch
there
there.
instead of the back of the head.
watch.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
think this cat looks so regal and beautiful.
Yes,
Which is so funny considering the voice.
Hey.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
it's
even
so
better.
perfect.
Like this is the most like ethereal, beautiful creature out of all the
Sorry,
ones
should
you
I?
have.
I'll re-roll it and I'll put in like scruffy street cat.
Yeah, tomcat. It's like a
Tomcat,
real
yeah.
nasty little dumpster cat. It's like an
with like a
opossum.
snaggle tooth and
Yeah.
I
yeah,
like
yeah,
the just juxtaposition of the Brooklyn scruffy smoker like
Accent, yeah.
voice and the super regal appearance though.
Can I say something? That I was on a show yesterday. It was a fundraiser, and I was playing an old, like a washed up punk rocker, like an old person. And I was like, I want to be able to do that like scruffy vocal damage voice. And I was like, but can I do it without a New York accent? And when I say I was walking around my neighborhood trying so hard, and it literally can't be done. Can't be done. I don't make the rules. I don't know why these characters are from New York. I didn't even know that was a New York accent until other people told me. Now they're saying it's Brooklyn, I guess. That's how it comes out. That's what my soul has to say.
That's true.
I love it.
It's funny because when I was doing like the vocal coaching and stuff to find my like mid voice, my like calling voice,
Yeah.
to be able to like find that, it's Danny DeVito.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's that
That's so
like
perfect.
strong like projection. Yeah,
Hell
it's
yeah.
Danny DeVito. So, and then my mixed voice is a honking goose, so that's cute. Let's take 5.
Also, my head voice always has like a British accent, like specifically
That's very
RP
funny.
English. Like,
Oh, like a little princess voice. Of course it
Mm.
does.
because nobody else talks like that. Could you
My head
imagine?
voice is a bell.
Really? I'm just thinking
Yeah.
like, if your voice is up here, how are you gonna talk with a different? That's too hard. It can't be done. Okay, friends. Elephane, you gonna spin us some beats?
Oh, absolutely, I am.
Oh, hell yeah. We'll be back in a few minutes with some solutions, some information, some pseudo-eldritch beings, and some necromancy, and
How about some salacious behavior?
some salacious behavior. Yep, I guess.
You're doing a lot of X's.
Mics are hot, and so are you. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Be Gay, Do Crime, the D&D show with 100% less D. I am here to guide you on your journey through lore and adventure. Hey, Titus. So you have in front of you now a map and a book about portals. Now, Titus, you struggled to understand this map in particular because nothing on this map is to scale. You know this city pretty well. But like sometimes it's just like a house and next to it is a tree and next to it is just a frowny face. Like this is the kind of map it is. But Eden, you know this kind of map. You've seen a Fae map before. You understand the directions on it that say things like walk until you feel like you've gone too far, then turn left until you find a tree that reminds you of lovers past. And so that's the kind of directions you are here. But it is very difficult to tell like the journey distance on this map to get to Hemlock's abode. But you do manage to work together and figure out that it is likely in the Moonbright Forest, as Titus would know it. Through cross-referencing. Titus, you are going through this book on portals, and you find a lot. And first off, you find that there's a lot about interdimensional travel, about the wizard spells that are in like typically like higher level spells that involve interdimensional travel. The one that catches your eye is definitely astral projection, because that sounds very similar to what Eden has gone through with the tether between planes. But there's something there that the astral sea is very much involved. Now, when things start to get real spicy is when you find the section on lost journeyers. For whatever reason, souls caught between planes. There is a sort of limbo or purgatory that is called the astral sea, where souls often linger on their way to their destination, or it's kind of like the soup between the planes, the disc between the vertebra. It is and it's in this space that souls can become lost and stuck. And this is definitely, from what you've said, sounds like what might be going on with Eden. So you have to figure out how to dislodge a soul. But what you don't know is where Eden's soul is kind of stuck. If it's stuck between two places, you don't know where.
Titus would be conveying all of this to Eden directly.
Mm-hmm. Well,
And I mean, obviously, Arcadia would be there.
When I came to after that blast of fire, I am almost certain I was somewhere in the Feywilds, or at least a place that looked very similar to it.
Titus is taking notes.
But once I felt and realized that I was tethered, and I was looking through this puddle, and the tether was going through the puddle, and once I went through it, I re-emerged into the same room and into the sword, which welcomed me.
Yes, the giant puddle that I was drowning in. That's right.
Didn't
I remember.
the brownies suggest that the manor might be somehow connected to the wildlands?
I think not just connected, but
can I do a history check?
Yeah.
To remember if that's what they said?
Mhm.
Ellie, are you asking me if they said that? I don't know what they said.
I do. I was
Okay.
just skimming the bottom. So
Okay.
they basically said that it's possible that the liminal manor itself is not on the material plane and maybe is in the astral sea itself,
Yes.
because nothing from the material plane can get to the Fey realm currently. So they would have to, the manor would have to not be on the material plane. So maybe in the astral sea. That's what they said.
I wonder how we could find that out for certain.
I wonder if we could find that room again.
Well, if we are going to talk to Owl, might as well ask them, right?
Yeah. They seemed very, very openly willing to answer some questions at least. Maybe we can ask some more.
Do we know if Owl will tell us the truth? Is
Well-
Owl Fey?
At least it's worth listening to, and then we can take everything with a grain of salt.
All right, I agree. But Titus, Arcadia looks at Titus right in the eye. We must exercise restraint here. Owl, if Owl is responsible for all the changes with the books, that is powerful magic. And who knows what else they might be capable of.
If they're capable of creating a pocket dimension between dimensions, I would say that that is definitely magic beyond our capabilities.
So you're saying don't fight them, but maybe we'll subvert and take over and take all the power for ourselves.
I don't think that's how.
That's not what we're saying, no.
I mean, if we're that powerful, then we can just bring Eden back, maybe.
If they're using us, let's be nice and try to utilize them as well.
We have questions that we want answered, but we do not want to make enemies here.
Right. Definitely can't give away that we're going to take over. That would defeat the purpose. So yes, we must milk them for information, but smart. I'll grab a couple bottles of wine.
Be smart and play nice.
Okay. And Titus turns to the cat on the shelf. You hear that? Play nice.
I
That's
will
rough to
smack you
see.
with my
Ow.
blade if you don't if you say something wrong, by the way.
I won't. You know what? We'll let you guys ask the questions. We're all on the same page now. You guys will ask the questions. I'll just provide extra wine. You know?
Arcadia, under her breath, you can smack me with your blade.
Titus did not hear it at all.
I'm gonna roll to see if I hear that.
Great.
No.
Well, let me do stealth. Maybe it's not.
Wait,
Yeah,
Wait, maybe Estelle should
I
roll
mean,
to
I
see if
rolled
Estelle heard
an
it though.
8.
I'm gonna
For perception.
yeah, but my stealth might be really oh no, it's a 19, 20. But yeah. you
Okay,
wouldn't
but what
hear
about
shit.
Estelle? Maybe Estelle heard
Estelle's
it.
passive perception is astronomically high. It's like 19 or something.
I
It's
got a 20,
bonkers.
so that's
Okay.
it for Estelle.
Well, why were you stealthing?
Well, I wasn't really. I like lowered my voice.
Okay. All right. I'm going to say Estelle.
I just wanted an opposing roll. Okay.
Okay. Well, you won. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Um,
But Eden, you feel something. You feel like a little, like, you know, like the hair on your back, the neck, when sometimes when it like someone like touches your shoulder or like your spine or something.
I
you're
feel like
"Ooh."
somebody is edging me right now.
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
you feel.
I see. Okay.
my God.
Edging, get it? As a sword.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yep. That was the pun. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you
I'll sharpen your sword.
You've got quite a sharp wit.
Are you a stone because I'm wet?
Oh, Jesus
But I
Christ.
can't breathe.
Sorry.
Yes.
Great. So, yeah, somebody clip it. Okay, great. We are going on an adventure then. Is that what's happening?
Yes.
Great.
I'm trying to find Owl.
Okay.
We're gonna go find Owl first.
Okay, so give me whoever wants to, give me an Arcana roll.
I could. Or no, Aiden. I bet
Probably
your
Eden.
Arcana's better than mine.
I have a +5 in Arcana.
Yeah, mine's only +4. Get it.
I am going to use one of those inspirations. 17.
Okay.
There we go.
So you are able to just kind of concentrate and feel more connected to the liminal manor than you have in the past. There have been times that the space responds to you and times it doesn't. And you kind of are able to just sort of beseech it and feel it somewhat reluctantly reply. And you feel a tug towards the door just down the hall, maybe 3 doors down on your right.
Okay. I think I know where they are.
hey, I've got the wine. And like, I've snagged the oldest, fanciest looking bottles from the kitchen that I could find.
Great. So
Yeah, well, I'll lead the group over to where I feel the energy pulling.
awesome. So Eden opens the door. And you find yourself once more in the many-windowed room where you had a lovely dinner with Owl previously. You can see the swirling cosmos above you through a domed skylight and sort of infinite expanse in every direction through these huge arced windows. In the middle of the room is something like a pedestal, and then at the far end there is a dining room table where you sat previously, and Owl is sitting there in her mask, staring out the window.
Hello, Owl.
Owl, oh, hello. Nice to see you again. You know, I think we should catch up. And Titus like brandishes the bottles of wine and somehow has glasses out of nowhere too at some point.
Hello, Titus. Please take a seat. I'm having a bit of a rough day, so.
Glad I brought the wine. And pours them a very, very generous to the brim cup of wine.
Eden, Arcadia.
Hello, Owl. I am. It's unfortunate that you are feeling on the downside today. Hopefully, we don't make it worse. But we do bring gifts and wine, so, and a little bit of company if you will take us.
Yes, well. Yeah, you see, I do enjoy keeping the knowledge of this place. It's my role amongst the patricians to hold all the knowledge. All the knowledge. But recently, this has become more difficult for me. And I am feeling very drained. And she turns, this is the first time she turns towards you. And as she does, you see that normally when you look at her mask, there is a cutout for eyes and you see humanoid eyes beneath it. But now when you look, there is nothing beneath this mask. You just see a sort of void where her face should be through the sort of slits in the owl mask that she wears.
Can I roll a check for that?
Sure. What are you trying to figure out?
I'm trying to figure out where the fuck her eyes be at.
Yeah, give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
Where the fuck her eyes be at, though?
That's an 8.
Now that Owl
Inspiration?
is like kind of like
I have an inspiration, I guess. Okay, yeah, I'll re-roll that. Sure. Arcana.
they don't have a mask
Hey,
on.
Leech, where the fuck you 18? That's nice.
They don't have a mask on
No,
right now?
Owl is still wearing her mask.
Okay, okay.
But
Oh,
instead
okay,
of
but
humanoid
it's
eyes,
just
it's
black.
just void.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
okay.
like there was a cutout in the mask, like
Okay.
almost like it's like a full face mask, but I had a cutout for eyes before. And now there's just kind of an inky void where that cutout is.
Okay.
I got an 18.
Okay. So Owl kind of turns and looks right at you, Arcadia, and starts to tilt her head like an owl, curiously. And you see as like, it almost looks like little wisps of smoke are escaping through the mask, kind of coming out of the eyes. It would almost look like tears because there is more weight to them than there would be to a vapor, but they don't stain the feathers. And you are able to determine that this creature is probably unable to maintain its glamour right now. You have had more experience with glamour since you last encountered them. So yeah, it's what you're, that sometimes in a whip, if And I will add to this where Eden would know this for sure at this point, like if Arcadia is somehow relaying this information. But even the most, like even Archfey, if they're doing big magic, will often have to drop their glamour to do it because they can't maintain it both at the same time.
Is it like concentration kind of thing? Like,
Yes.
Or like exhaustion kind of thing? Okay.
Kind of a bit of both, but like it's not concentration the way it works mechanically in D&D because they can do it while concentrating on something else typically, unless what they're trying to do is big magic.
Okay. So it's like kind of a big deal.
Maybe.
Yeah. That's what Arcadia is choosing to discern from that. Arcadia doesn't want to just like have this conversation in front of everyone, but as Owl turns to her and she gets this information, does Owl look away?
No. Owl stares directly at you. And does not look away.
So sorry to hear that you're not feeling like yourself.
Are you?
Why wouldn't I be?
Right. Pleasantries. Forgive me, I normally put more effort into those things, but here we are.
What vexes you?
She reaches out across the table and grabs the bottle of wine from Titus. And just, you want to say she does? She grabs the neck of it and just breaks it off. Just with her hand, just like breaks it off and drinks out of the bottle.
Wait, okay. I'm picturing like, because Titus is pouring like a big ass,
Yeah.
like pour, and then goes like, here you go. And then Owl's like takes the other one and like leaves Titus just the cup and then breaks it up.
Takes the bottle. It do be like that. Okay.
Titus is just admiring how they did that and is thinking to themselves, if I used fire to melt the glass as I'm grabbing the neck, maybe I could make that happen in another cool party trick. So they're just like.
And Owl looks towards you all and say, well, I imagine you're here about the books, Titus.
I mean, we did notice that the books are blank and they were already missing some information to begin with.
Yes, Cecil was quite worried.
Cecil is always worried. That is what Cecil does. Cecil worries and Cecil builds things. She's very good at both.
Do you know what is happening and why is this happening?
Yes, it's because I took the words. I decided I had need of them, and so I took them. I'd imagine that won't please you, but I see you have brought some more words into my home, Titus. Look at that. I can feel them, some new knowledge on the air. It's a taste, a little flicker like an ambiance. Where's that, then?
Titus like looks over, kind of panicky at Arcadia and Eden because they promised they wouldn't talk. like
The book
Titus takes a giant swig of the glass.
acquired and it is ours. For now.
And here I thought we were a team. Well, then.
We are, but we also could perhaps become a team officially.
And we would love to lend it to you when we're finished with it.
Thank you. Well, I assume you are not here for pleasantries or to brag about your new book. If you want the text back in the other books, if you're here to make Cecil happy, just assure her that the text will return when I'm done with it.
What do you need it for?
My business.
Seeing as we are a team, is that something that we could help you with?
A
Make your business our business.
Well, now this is interesting, isn't it? A team I would... You know, it might just be. Because you see, I don't have all knowledge. I actually only know what is known, but there is one who knows what is unknown. And that is what I need. Eden, could you give me a history check?
Sure.
I think we about out here to help a god eat another god.
21.
Okay. So as soon as she says there's one who knows what is unknown, you remember this from the Feywild. There is a creature in the Feywild called Chitin, the Haunt of Aldermere, which is like a magical deer creature that is said to possess all knowledge that is forgotten or unknown to all people, all living people. So as soon as something is forgotten by everyone, this creature gains that knowledge. And it lives in the Feywild. It is very mysterious and creature. A lot of people have died trying to find it in the wildlands where it resides. Because obviously it has a lot of important information, including like often people are just like, where's the treasure buried? But yes. So you as soon as she says the one who knows what is unknown, you know that this is a reference to Chitin.
I was like, you can see a wide-eyed Eden. I'm like, no, I'm a fucking sword. You can't see that. The sword momentarily has like two bulgy eyes on it.
Yeah, just like,
A light bulb just appears. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
But we're to be open. Are you talking about the creature known as Caden?
Ah, you know the haunt. I thought you might, you little fay. How lovely. You know, Eden, I couldn't tell you why, but for some reason, the fae, they just aren't fans of me. Hurts my feelings. I've always been kind to the fae, and yet they do not appreciate my company. They do not want to share their knowledge, their learnings, their tricks with me. But you, they might.
forgive me, Owl, but if you are not Fae, what are you?
That is a very personal question, Arcadia. What are you?
Well, I'm a Paladin of Venus, a half-elf.
I'm a patrician and the leader of this criminal syndicate. I am your boss. I am an incredibly powerful being, and I am growing tired of this conversation. What I want to know is if you'll help me.
I
If
would
you
like
know
to
the
help
Fae,
you. Go ahead, Eden.
I would love to help. At price.
A price. Oh, I do love this with the Fae. The little games, the fun little games. How about this? If you are able to contact a Fae to find a lead in connection to the creature that I seek and report back to me, I will answer 3 more questions, one for each of you. From the body of what is known, I cannot speak to what is unknown, but I can speak to the body of what is known. Doesn't that sound fun? We can do hors d'oeuvres.
Eden, what do you think? Owl, could I have a freebie question?
I mean, that is technically a question that you've just asked, but by all
You
means.
know what I mean.
I don't. But go on. You are allowed to ask questions. This is conversation. We are a team Arcadia. This is friends chatting over wine.
Well, all right. And you know, it is worthwhile to answer my question because it's going to help you get to the creature that you want.
Of course. A helpful question. All the better.
Yes. All right. So we've sort of noticed things about this place.
Is it the infinite cosmos above the skylight?
Yes, that was a bit of a giveaway.
Yes. That's subtle.
You know, the corridors, the other dimensions.
The doors leading to
Yes.
places,
Mhm.
memories.
And you know, Eden died, but didn't really die.
Yes.
I'm-
Unauthorized interdimensional travel. Yes, I remember.
So my question is there a portal here or a door here to the wildlands?
Oh, child. That is a far bigger question than you anticipated. But why don't we dive a little deeper, shall we? What's the question behind the question? What is it you want to know about this place? And as you say that, she reaches up her hand and the walls of the room start to cave in and the glass dome above you shatters and the kind of crash of it starts to tumble down towards, but as it cascades towards the floor, it turns into raindrops. And as the raindrops hit the ground, they each blossom into a daisy. And the walls are pulling in towards you. And you can see that inky smoke spilling out of her eyes more as she's staring at you.
The question behind my question. This is lovely, by the way. The question behind my question is, can we get there from here?
Thank you, Falls Too Wild. I did not know I had that alert on. It was so loud.
I have maybe a preceding question to that one. We are not in a material plane, are we?
You can't get there from here unless you know where here is. And as that happens, the rain starts to coalesce on the floor and fill the room until it has a few inches of water, and all of those daisies float to the surface and become lotuses and lily pads. And you're all standing in this, oh shit, alerts on a Monday. God, thank you, Loa Kilo, but why you...
I'm looking like let me get rain on.
I love you guys for roasting me with support when you're like, hey, you forgot to turn something off.
Abuse.
Abuse. I love you. Thank you so much. Okay. So
We're sitting at the table, right?
you're sitting at the table, but you are now you're like ankle deep in water.
Well, Titus has definitely pulled their feet up onto the chair underneath the table. They've drunk that whole bottle of wine already, by the way, too. So Titus is having a mild panic attack at the both closed spaces and the increasing volume of water surrounding them. Still remaining silent, though. They're just sitting there with like hands shaking, drinking the last of the wine.
I'm hovering.
Arcadia loves it. She loves the water. She's like taking it in. She's like, I hope it gets higher.
Splish splash, let's go. Dee dee dum dee dum dee dee dum dee dum. This is usually a twofer. Are we getting another dee 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 dee? Hi, Scully. Hi, Robbie. Welcome. Dee 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 dum dee dum dee 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 dum dee dum. Whew. Okay. So the water in the room is rising as Owl turns towards you. And she kind of turns towards Eden and says, You wouldn't be asking if you didn't already know. Eden.
So it is a yes. So is this a liminal? I guess. Of course it is. Liminal space. It's in the name, right? Is this a pocket dimension you created?
A pocket dimension. Well, that's a funny way of putting it, isn't it? I suppose it could be. It could be a pocket dimension, but perhaps for something Arcadia might be a little more familiar with. God damn it, Pulse. You know, Arcadia has grown up on the sea, in the ocean. But Arcadia, you did not grow up underwater, did you? You had an island. And what if one could make their own island? What if one could go to the infinite ocean that connects all land, that connects all things, and add a little moment, a little stagnant space, a small home just for them?
Like the astral sea.
Well, I suppose we don't always call it that. Sometimes we call it just the sea or the astral plane. We call it the in-between, the liminal, the thought between thoughts, the silence between sounds. The place where nothing should stay and everyone should pass, and yet some of us do. And a place from which you should never attempt interdimensional travel, and from which, if someone's soul was tethered to the Feywild, and they were to perish here, they might astral project back home just enough of their soul to tap on that seed of immortality and end up lodged between worlds. And what a fate that would be! What a poetic destiny! If only there wasn't a very powerful Fey and a legendary Fey weapon waiting for them in my own backyard. And so we end up here once more.
Well, I think all of our answers have been, all of our questions have been answered.
See, you always paint me as difficult, but I love to answer questions. It gives me joy. But the real question, the question beyond the question, not the one behind it, the question that these questions lead to is, of course, how do we get the rest of Eden's soul back in one place? And for that, I need you to find me a powerful Fae.
The one I mentioned previously?
Mm,
Kate?
mm, 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 mm,
Or
mm.
somebody else?
Someone?
Well, we might have someone in mind.
Wonderful.
Is it maybe... have you met them?
I don't know if you missed that bit of the conversation, Arcadia. I know you're prone to daydreaming, but the Fae don't like me. They don't like my kind. They find us unnerving, uncanny. Isn't that funny?
I want to try to figure out what the fuck they are. With these little sprinkles of information. Can I, do an Arcana check or something?
I'm gonna tell you that your character does not have more information about them than you do, but if you want to do an Arcana check or an intelligence check of some sort, I can maybe help you connect dots or things like that.
Yes, I'll totally take that.
Okay.
So can we just hype up Loha Kilo for the biddies?
Oh damn, look! I didn't even look. Listen, you. Me literally not being able to read numbers and being like, yeah, that sounds like a number.
Yeah.
Can I say, I just want to say this for me as a terrible streamer. I have no idea what bits are worth because it's like a second degree of abstraction away from like real numbers to me because it's a currency I don't understand. And so I understand if I think about it with my whole ass brain, I can figure it out. But my half-ass brain, the one I bring to here every day, that one brain cell has no clue until I like sit down. So
Well, it's because they relate it to one bit as one American US dollar penny.
which is like, again, can you tell me that like, okay, a bit is a penny, is an American
so
penny.
you move the decimal twice. So for example, the one that says 1,000, that would be $10. You move the decimal twice for the one that says 5,000, that would be $50.
Whoa, shit. That's a little, oh shit. Have some more
Yeah.
Monopoly money. Thank you,
Yep.
Lucula.
Yep.
Okay, now the thing is, you presume.
Cause you got that like you, cause you got that something that I need and I like, so give it to me. Cause you got that like you, cause you got that something that I need.
Okay, so now you presume I'm able to move a decimal 2 points when I have to explain to you that looking at numbers for me is like looking at the Cyrillic alphabet. Like it's all garbledy-gook.
Well, we all know that we're all too gay for math.
I am
That's
too.
not-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, and you guys, it was so embarrassing. Can I say that when because I was trying to find a place to live, and I was trying to remember addresses, but I was stressed. And when I'm stressed, my executive function has left the chat. And the first thing to go is numbers. All the meds in God's green earth could not save me. And me sending my poor partner to the randomest parts of the city, being like, this is the address. And it's like, no, you got 0 out of the 3 digits correct. Like, how did you get it so wrong? And I was like, I
I'm
don't know.
just impressed that you like made an attempt to memorize them. Like, I think I would have just like,
Oh, no, I didn't. I copied them from one place to another.
the
Screenshots,
swap-
Gnome. Screenshots
Yeah,
are your friend.
But you can't. Okay,
Yeah.
but no, the thing is, if you look at a screenshot, say I live at 123 Internet Street, okay?
No, and then you send them the screenshot too. You don't
No,
ever
they're
type it.
driving. I can't drive. I'm too gay.
Oh,
Yeah, I
makes
can't
sense.
drive. I have panic
Yeah. Okay,
So-
okay. I see the conundrum here.
They're like, okay, put it in they put it in your phone and navigate. I'm like, cool,
The
1, 2,
other
3
thing that's
Interstate.
funny is like Gnome is too gay to drive, but
Yeah.
also too gay to be a co-pilot also.
Yes.
So I'm like driving. I'm like, oh, okay, no, I'm here. I've literally put it in my phone, the direction. And like we're listening to music. So I'm like, okay, yeah, just like have it on your lap and just like kind of semi pay attention to when the turns are. I'm like, oh, it's been a while since like I've been, had to turn or whatever. I'm like, oh, hey, no, I'm like, oh yeah. Oh yeah, like yeah, it's back there. Yeah, you're supposed to turn right. Oh, okay. What does it say now? You could probably do a U-turn maybe, or I don't know.
see, this is why sometimes I feel like I'm a fake gay because I'm actually for real really good at math and at directions and at driving and at reading.
Okay, here's the thing though, is I'm
Okay.
actually good at math. I'm bad at numbers. And those, in my mind, those aren't the same things. Like I'm
Yeah,
better
no,
with, like,
you do the transposing thing, but you understand the mathematics.
also, can I, okay, listen, this is a tangent, but you know what? We were in a creepy scene, so I feel like we need some levity anyway. And this, I blame Loa Kilo. Okay, so I've recently learned that I'm synesthetic. Because I thought synesthesia was like the cool thing that people on the internet do, where they're like, I listened to your name and I drew a beautiful picture that I saw. No, mine's shitty. Mine's bad. Mine's like Wednesdays are orange and also astringent and also brighter colored than Thursdays. But I
get
have like
that.
a bunch of things. So here's the fucking problem though, is numbers have all sorts of weird associations in my head. So like 50 kilometers per hour, 50%, and 1250, those 3 50s are wildly different in the associations they have in my brain. They like mean, they're completely different things. So when someone just hands me a 50, like here, a 50, remember it. And I'm like, I'm
Which
out,
way?
like what? I'm out here. I got nothing. I got no tether. I got no directions. I'm like, is like a 50%? That's orange and like stripy and like.
Yeah.
Are you stress sweating already?
Yes. Oh no, I do have dyscalculia. I am diagnosed with dyscalculia. But I'm just learning that it.
Ben, look at
I really. Hi, sorry. I told you my goal for 2023 was to learn nothing new about myself, and I'm already failing and I'm exhausted. I'm like, listen, I don't want any more nuance or discoveries. I don't want to find any other quirks. No more turning over rocks and finding weird bugs under there. Just like, never. Too many.
Yeah, but what if
last
there
year.
was money underneath the rock, you know?
You know what? It's so weird that never once has my neurodivergence ended up being more money. It's fucking A. I've never once managed to discover a new diagnosis and how to be cash, money, despite what the internet seems to think. I heart roly-polies. Well, thank you, Testcat. I do really, I often think about how badly I want to eat the grubs from The Lion King.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like everyone's like, oh, Studio Ghibli food, so good, so delicious. I'm like, but those
Lion
bugs
King.
from The Lion King.
Okay, tell me. The giant green roly-poly, like caterpillar juicy looking one.
Yeah.
In my brain always pictured it as like a giant sour gummy worm, but like the bursting kind, as if they had made a giant gummy
gusher.
worm into a gusher. Yeah, that's what I
Y'all are
picture.
gross. Y'all are gross.
I wanted to eat it. I definitely ate bugs as a child for real though. Like I definitely put things in my mouth.
I definitely ate an earthworm.
That
for
does
sure.
not surprise me at all, Adrian.
I did not eat bugs, but I did go and catch worms, and I would carry them. I'd get a pile of worms in my hand and then present them to my mother as an offering.
We caught lizards and snakes and tarantula once. And
I used to catch
Frogs.
butterflies. I would run
I
around the
love
yard
catching
and-
frogs. I used to catch butterflies too. You would be.
Yeah.
It felt like such a big like OP skill to be able
You
to like
got
catch them.
'em.
You had to go really
Got 'em.
slowly. But the trick wasn't not even just catching them, but catching them without accidentally squishing them was the
Crushing
hard
them.
part.
Yeah, no. And then they flutter in your hands. You're like, oh, that tickles, and you let them go.
Oh, I would
Adrian's
put them in a
"Oh,
jar.
I eat them.
I eat them.
No, I put them in a jar. But I also like catching like little frogs. Catching frogs is really fun too.
I like those little fuzzy caterpillars too.
Yes.
I like
did-
they're really
Those I
toxic.
didn't. Those were a bad touch for me.
I liked them. They peed on you. It was kind of gross.
Yeah, Franklin said the tree stars from The Land Before Time. I actually had a problem as a kid where I would just eat any leaf I found
Wait.
because I wanted a tree star so bad.
Are you telling me
I-
this
I
was
ate
not
a lot of
unique
wild plants,
experience
too.
that I had it as a child?
No, this
I
is
literally went to a park one time, like with my
Find
brother
leaves to
and
eat.
my dad, and it was at like, you know how like he was a long neck, right? And so
Yeah,
like
same.
little neck, and he was like chomp. And so I found one that was like at my level to be, and I was like, I literally said like, I'm Littlefoot, and then I chomped a leaf, but it literally tastes so bad. And I'm like, this fucking tree stars like are a lie. I was lied to.
Well, I was convinced I hadn't found the correct one,
Oh, okay.
so I
okay.
just kept trying.
I eventually found like a plant that was like a little looking clover thing that's like sweet and sour. And it's not actually sweet and sour, but it's like
You
it's like a
pick
tart.
them off and then you suck
Yeah,
on it?
I used to eat the clovers.
No, just the E ones.
Me
Yeah,
too.
no, yeah.
I just eat the
purple
whole. We
ones
made
are
a whole
yummy.
bowl of it and just green clovers that were sweet and sour, and I just ate handfuls of them. And then no, we never washed them. We found them at our cabin in the mountains, though. Like
Clover is great. I'm a huge fan of clover, actually. Hot
Clover,
take.
and then
Clover.
the little butter, what are they called? Buttercups. And then you rub them on your nose, remember?
I remember. Okay, we had a thing where
We
you
had
put it under your
honeysuckles.
chin, and if your chin goes yellow, that means you like butter. That was the game we played. But it really had to do with whether or not the light bounded off the butter.
Yeah, yeah.
And also, like, it was the scandal of, like, oh my God, you like butter. And I was
Yeah, like,
what?
oh my God.
Children are really boring.
we had honeysuckles also at the cabin. They're little orange trumpet-looking flowers, and you pick them, and then you suck the little sweet nectar out of the back.
Yes, fantastic. D Tigertron says exclamation focus, to which I respond as usual with that
Make
command.
me.
Lamau, no, but give me a hundo and I'll buy some black market Adderall. Joke's on you. I'm actually already medicated. This is what you get. This is the better version, okay? Like, I just want you to know.
See, and I'm the opposite. They tried medicating, and it didn't help. So I just have to deal.
Cool. I have literally no recollection of what was happening, so maybe we should take a break.
Water come. Well, we okay.
I feel like we just came back from
We
a break.
just came back from a break.
Didn't we?
We did just come back from a break. Yeah. Okay. So I'll
Don't
summarize. So
usually
we were
take them on
talking
the
to them.
hour?
We took an early one
I'm confused. Is it
or late one.
a late one? Okay, never mind.
We took a late one.
So what was happening? Hey.
So yeah. So Owl was talking to Eden about, everyone was asking Owl if they were Fae. And they said that no, don't forget, we're not friends. And so Eden was trying to figure out if what Owl was, maybe if they're not Fae, what are they?
That you said you might help.
No, and then I was like, I kind of want to try to piece things together, and so I was about to roll an Arcana to help that out, and then we got lost in bugs and eating leaves and stuff. Yeah.
For drugs.
Looking like Now make it rain on 'em.
Shout out to Loa Kilo donating $100 just saying for drugs.
Yes.
I appreciate you. I don't actually buy off black market drugs.
It's bad because a lot of times it's crap. It's fake stuff.
And hey, be gay, do drugs, hail Satan, but also talk to your doctor or some shit. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so you are trying to inspect and figure out what Owl is, and you're rolling an intelligence check for that. Or an Arcana check.
Arcana check, yeah. To see if I can piece some information. I know, you told me that I wouldn't know, really, but that you could help me out depending on the role to piece things together. To, get me in the way. So I'm going to use my Tides of Chaos to give myself advantage on this roll. Okay, that's a dirty 20.
Okay. So I'm still not going to spell it out for you, even though it's a great roll, because you literally don't know. But here, I'll help you. I'll put you some things together. Is one, you from Arcadia using Detect Good and Evil, you've determined that Owl is not Fae, Fiend, undead, celestial, none of the usual the things that you would normally associate with this level of power. You have also figured out that, I will say, just the fact the way Owl grows more amorphous when taxed and where she lives, you have figured out she's in some way connected to the astral plane. And that's about all I'll give you.
All right. So, you said we needed to find an archfey. Is that right?
Oh, I don't really care if it's an archfey. What I need is someone who can direct me to the chitin. The chitin is what I need, but you see, the Fae will never talk to me. They are few and far between on the material plane, and the ones who are there are strange and cagey creatures. They will not tell me where to find the chitin. I need a resident of the wildlands, ideally, but someone powerful enough to survive the voyage here. I don't know. But that is what I need.
Well, I have an idea.
Yes.
Do you have any mushrooms? Preferably necrotic or poisonous?
Mushrooms.
Or would you know a location where we could find some? If you don't happen to
The
have
more
it.
powerful, the better.
Maybe also a book on them.
Oh,
It's the
yeah.
first thing Titus has said the whole thing.
Good idea, yes. Well, though, Titus, we want to be respectful of Owl. Owl needs the words right now, right?
Yes,
Yes.
I do.
Okay.
They're my words.
Could we trade?
No. But I do.
Could we trade a book for a book?
Titus.
Titus pulls out the book that still has words in it.
What's in that one? I haven't seen it. I haven't read that. What about portals? You shouldn't be doing portals.
We're not. It was just some light reading. I
If
picked
you
up from
want
the
to do
library.
interdimensional travel here, you'll end up with your soul severed between planes. And is that what you want, Titus? You know, everyone thinks I'm here to make your lives harder, but I'm here to keep you safe. You are like
This
my
is exactly why I want to
children.
trade it. You know, it was some light reading, and from your understanding and explanation, it makes a lot of sense, which is why I would rather trade this to you for something that I could use, like a book on necromantic mushrooms. I
What?
mean, deadly mushrooms.
Wolf Prince, it just donated $25 for a wild magic surge. So have a fun little roll, which is great. You just use Tides of Chaos too, so it feels appropriate.
Yep.
Titus, are you sure?
Sure
we
did.
risked our lives for that book.
Titus has literally memorized the whole book already based off of that roll, right? That roll of what I understood from the book.
Okay, listen, kids. Did you memorize the book in a
Titus
carriage while driving?
Yeah.
You don't got keen mind.
Yeah, get the
Could
fuck out of
Titus-
here. I'm gonna say you learned from the book. I'm not gonna say you have a photographic memory. You're not here with some goddamn
Okay,
superpower.
Can I say that Titus took notes on the parts they thought was most important for them to know for what they needed?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
The thoughts you thought were most important for what you thought you needed. Great. Perfect.
I don't rescind my offer. Well, actually, Titus looks over to Arcadia. Well, your call. If you don't think we need the mushrooms, then I'll just, and starts pushing the book back into their jacket.
Well, we do need the mushrooms.
But I mean, the book on mushrooms, like we can collect mushrooms.
Well, the book would be a bonus, but again, we want to be respectful of Owl. Owl can't give up words right now. Very important to Owl. But if she knew where to get necrotic
Oh,
mushrooms,
that's cute.
hey,
As I'm like really concentrating and trying to figure like shit out and listening super hard, like the sword and the blade starts vibrating ever so slightly until like a wave expels out of it, and the flowers that are already emerging become even more. There's even more flowers. There's like a boom of flowers everywhere. This like entire room is full of flowers now.
Oh, goodness. Ellie! Please, for the love of God, we're trying to keep on to the 814 rating.
we'll edit that in post, right?
Yeah. Fix it in post.
Sure.
Yeah, just beep it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's totally not going to be a clip of this anyway, so totally
It
fine.
totally isn't an unedited VOD that's going to be on YouTube till we die. Anyway, so the floorgasm takes over, and the entire room is a botanical explosion.
Yeah.
And Owlleg is actually startled by this. She like kind of goes, "Oh, well then, I didn't know you felt that way, Eden. Okay, all right. If you want your little mushrooms, I'm sure I could ask nicely and just find you a friendly little swamp or something where you might be able to harvest them. So you're necrotic, particularly. That's funny. What do you want a necrotic mushroom? A parasitic creature? Something that eats the dead, perhaps?
Yes, as a gift.
As a gift. It's good to give gifts. It's good to give his Fae love gifts. It's good thinking.
Yes.
Good
Thank you.
thinking. Yes. Well, when you leave here, check the door to your left, and I'm sure you'll find something to suit your needs.
Thank you very much, Owl. You've been very helpful.
Thank you. I try. Now, please leave.
Arcadia just doesn't even say anything. Just like takes him immediately. It's like, yep, gotta go. Just turns around and starts leaving.
Titus stands up on the seat of the chair and turns and watches Arcadia go. and like whimpers slightly.
Titus, Arcadia's gonna walk back and like give Titus a piggyback.
Eden
Titus is completely
oh.
drunk. Sorry. Like,
Okay, it's more of a fireman carry at this point then.
Eden is gonna see the other two leave and kind of hover over with their sword body and Owl,
Yes, Eden.
we might have not understood each other at first glance, but I just want to let you know that I do feel deep respect and somewhat fear of you.
Good. That's what I'm going for. That's kind of like my whole thing, you know.
It's working.
Oh, thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. You know, striking terror into the heart of mortals is honestly child's play. But to have an Eladrin like yourself really appreciate how incredibly horrific I am, how terrifying and monumental I am, how I can shape the universe to my will and that you're all just my playthings. You see, that really warms the cockles of my heart.
Well, I am glad I could give you a little bit of light in this cosmic darkness that you were wallowing in.
Oh no, I do quite like the dark. On that note, I did ask you to leave actually, so bye-bye.
I know, I will.
Off you go. Shoo shoo.
And I'm just gonna hover out.
Okay. Yeah, and you leave. And she does not get up for her chair. You just kind of like skim across the water that has flooded the room.
I'll
Back
leave
into the
her
hall.
with my flowergasm.
As you turn back, you can see that she's like playing with some of the flowers and like blossoms falling from the air and just kind of going like you know how like little kids do with like a little like when they keep up with a balloon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the flowers would definitely be like, because I was from the core of roses, it would very much be like rose-like and Feywild's like flowers.
Of course they would be. Okay. So you're back in the hall.
Mm-hmm.
Titus swings a very floppy drunk arm to the left. She said, door to the left.
Yep.
Mushrooms. Shortcut. The mushrooms.
Titus, are you okay?
I'm great. I'm great. You know the wine was really nice wine. It was so nice.
Do you need to rest?
No, I'm good. We slept, man. It's gravy, man.
If I put you down, I don't even know if you could stand up straight.
You didn't put me down yet?
I'm still carrying you.
Are you like princess carrying Titus? Like
No,
what?
fireman
Okay,
carries
fireman carry.
everybody,
Okay.
yeah.
That would make sense. Normally your ass is closer to the floor. Right now it looks like it's at the ceiling. No, I mean not that I look at your I mean that I do. No,
Titus.
I don't. Respectfully.
I'm gonna smack Titus in the ass.
Whoa. Oh, okay. Maybe another time.
All
The
right.
door on the left. Titus is pointing right though. because
I'm
they're hanging
opening the door.
backwards. They're pointing their left arm, which points to the right because they're hanging backwards off of, you know.
Titus, could I see your notes?
Sure. And they like start pulling their jacket, and since they're upset now, all the stuff falls out of their pockets onto the floor.
Titus, I had an idea as a way to say thank you to Owl for helping us.
Excellent.
What if you kept your book? And what
Mhm.
if you gave Owl your notes?
Titus is looking at the book on the one part of the floor and the notes that are on the other pile of the floor, like upside down, you know, from your ass, like looking at them like.
Well, think
Always
about it.
Okay, no, it's okay. You can do it. I can be smart again. You know, sometime maybe. Titus reaches a pen and like scribbles their signature onto their notes pages though, to like, you know, copyright, like draws a little copyright sign and their name on it, and then he's like, okay,
TM. On the-
trademark.
All right, well, maybe not now then, but maybe when you sober up, you could copy these notes and leave them a copy.
No copies. This is they're originals. I don't do copies. That's why they're so valuable.
Don't make any important decisions with a drunken mind, all right?
I'm not drunk. What are you talking about?
And I'm not a sword. And after that, I'm gonna go inside the room.
I just goes like this, Eden, it's wonderful, and then vomits on the floor in between the notes in the book.
Awful, gross, and I hate it. Cool.
I'm gonna prestidigitate that vomit before like Owl gets like pissed at us. Like I'm gonna unsoil this ground.
Great. Eden, you hover your little sword body into a room that looks like just like a little swamp. Looks like a little swamp, but you see that there is a sort of gothic greenhouse up ahead, made of wrought iron. Not literally wrought iron, actually. Let's say, what could it be made of? Oh, do you know what it is? Okay. It's like, have you seen I think it's in Italy, where it's like the cathedral of trees, where it's like the trees that grow together. So it's like that has grown, but between them there is all glass. So it has been made into a full greenhouse.
Fuck yeah, I love that.
We need art of that ASAP.
Cool. And within this sort of like, it is dark here. It is swamp and dark, and there is not much that's getting through the canopy of light. So the greenhouse it's something a bit surreal because, of course, it doesn't reflect the light or the warmth or anything per se, but you can see within there is a faint iridescence, a bioluminescence of a weak green sheen that comes out from it.
Arcadia is looking for necrotic mushroom.
Great.
A super special, powerful, rare, important necrotic mushroom.
Cool. Give me a nature check.
$18.
Okay. I want to be chill. I want to be chill so good. When you say, could you just tell me what you mean when you say necrotic mushroom?
Yeah, one moment, please.
Immediately goes to find Gnome's thread on Twitter.
No.
Scroll.
Okay, there are 3 kinds of main mushrooms in what they eat. They're symbiotic, parasitic, and saprobic. So the saprobic ones are the ones that eat dead stuff. So if that's what you're referring to, but there are also ones that are poisonous, which is not necessarily the same as the ones who eat dead stuff. And parasitic ones harm creatures and like drain their life force in a way that could be constituted as necrotic. But that depends on like what it is. Some are parasitic to animals, and most are parasitic to plants, usually trees, and cause rot. I just want to know which one you want.
Yeah, for sure.
The answer is yes.
We get a basket and take a sampling of one of each.
Yeah, you know, like instead of like a gift basket with like different fruits and cheeses and stuff, we just make like
Cool.
a cute
I am looking
basket
for a
with a
death
bunch of
spore fungus.
A death spore fungus?
Yep.
Okay, so you go into this. Thank you for the 2 bits, Hunter. God damn it, I turn off these alerts. Appreciate you though. So you go into this useless greenhouse, and you see all around you there are these trees that form up the actual like pillars of it, and they are covered with polypores. So those shelf bracket mushrooms the whole way up, on all of the trees, they are all covered. The root systems have mushrooms emerging from them, and then there are many that are just kind of free growing in the middle of this greenhouse. And throughout it, you see speckled, bright white mushrooms. You can identify these as destroying angels. Very poisonous, sporing mushroom, related to the death cap mushroom, that would fit the death spore description that you seek.
Okay. One moment. Okay. I would like to try to harvest one safely.
Great. Could you give me sleight of hand or nature?
Yes. We had 1 inspiration,
2.
right?
We had
2.
2.
Shit. 20. Dirty 20.
Good choice. All right. You are. So you see at the front of the sort of tree cathedral greenhouse, there is a woven basket that is a forager's basket. But with your good rolls on nature, you know not to use this basket because it's used for dispersing spores. So you are able to kind of grab a satchel instead. And use a very, very you kind of grab some of the tools you find around very, very carefully. Just kind of like, whoop, and manage to capture a little patch of destroying angels and get them to your little satchel.
All right. This is it. This should make a lovely gift.
All right. Are you sure we shouldn't grab some else? A variety pack?
Well, my knowledge on mushrooms is quite limited, but if there are some other ones that look nice, or if you'd like to make some nature rolls to make our DM quite happy to info dump.
Okay, I would like to find the, I don't know, like a looker. I want some that like is mega majestic.
Okay. Give me a nature roll. You're definitely going to find something, like 100%. But what you find will be depending on how good your roll is.
Love this so much.
It's not my greatest. 11. It's A.
Okay, I'm going to say you find a couple good ones with an 11. You find a jack-o'-lantern mushroom, which is a bright orange polypore that grows on the sides of trees, and it glows green in the night.
Oh, that's so cool.
So fucking cool, right? And you also find an Amanita muscaria, just that big, like a giant red toadstool mushroom with the white dots, that you would probably recognize from the Feywild because they grow there, and they are known to mess you up.
In a fun
Oh,
way?
I know this one, and I'm gonna like dig around it.
Sorry, this is a public service announcement, not in a fun way. They do cause hallucinations, but not in the way that like magic mushrooms do. They are known to be almost exclusively a negative experience, and every once in a while it circles around the internet that people are like, hey, do you know you can get high off toadstools? And they'll try it, and then a bunch of teenagers end up calling the poison control because they're like, I hate this. Anyway.
No fun, but I mean, we're Faye. We do a little bit of everything. You
Yeah,
mix
I
it
mean-
up with some else, and it's just fine. It works fine. Bless you. Okay. Yeah, I'll try to grab those. I want to like kind of dig a little bit into the dirt and like lift it up a bit, and maybe we have like a little glass jar somewhere.
Yeah, sure.
Put it in there.
Estelle just eats one of them as you're doing this.
Hmm.
Just takes a big chomp out of that that big red toadstool. But other than that, they're not poisonous. Well, actually, the jack-o'-lantern is, but it's not so poisonous that you can't harvest it safely. So you are able to kind of gather them, except for the little beak-shaped bite mark in the toadstool.
You want to know why I chose the death spore fungus?
Tell me.
Because Hemlock is really interested in poison and necrotic damage, and it does both. And then a humanoid that dies while poisoned in this way later turns into a zombie.
Hell yeah.
And you're a necromancer, so...
Ooh, so... $69, nice. Seems like an appropriate time for a fireball. Oh shit.
No.
That. Hate that, but...
Wait.
Let's fucking go. If we're going down, it's gonna be a party.
Now make it rain on 'em.
Okay, so
Ripped jeans, skin was showing.
Bitch, please. If the only thing you kept there was came out the plate, stay out my way, motherfucker. Gonna rock, do we gonna fall? Do we let it pop? No, let it go. X gon' give it to ya. He gon' give it to ya. X gon' give it to ya. He gon' give it to ya.
okay, so and we're only $26 from Blur's creation, just saying. So here's what happens. Estelle just takes a little chomperoni, goes like, ow, and then looks at you, and she seems fine. So you go about harvesting, and then a moment later, like Arcadia, you look over at Estelle, and her, oh God. What does it say? Balls come better in twos.
Oh no, a double fireball.
A double fireball.
Hell, we're gonna die again.
We're gonna Hold on. We just need a little bit of a...
Hell yeah. Can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, me going through my mental Rolodex of Blur's creation, see if there's anything that can stop you from perishing.
Wait,
Yep.
just for a fucking...
Mm-hmm.
Just like, because if we're gonna die anyway, like, we
Yeah.
may as well go down in this way.
Uh-huh.
Please let me scroll back a very long time.
Are you gonna roll 16d6?
Yeah, you know what Keyturn says? You guys firebombed a library and a mushroom grove. This feels like an incredibly personal attack against me specifically. My
It
two
really
fa-
does,
It's
chat.
literally
It really
chat's
fucking does,
fault.
chat.
It's not even us.
Chat likes to bully me. Loha does not even blink. Yes. I mean,
Not even our fault. Like we didn't.
no, you would
We
never.
literally didn't do anything this time.
This time.
No, yeah, this
I think it's like...
Well, let's just narrate how this goes down, and then we'll kind of have to resolve. We'll resolve the first one, and then we'll figure. Then that'll give you time to find whatever you're looking for. Hopefully. Okay, so Arcadia, you see, as Estelle has the far-off look of someone who's seen some shit. Her eyes are just kind of bulging out of her head even more than usual. They're just kind of got the little kaleidoscope in her irises. They were already mismatched, and now they look fucking wild. And Eden is so carefully putting those mushrooms away as Estelle is just about to, like, is starting to freak out. What do you do?
What does Arcadia do?
Yeah, Arcadia, you're the one who sees this. I'm just saying because you're an animal handler, you spot the distress of the animal.
Estelle, no, stop.
No somersault, no somersault, no somersault. And Estelle just goes, and releases a full fireball. Immediately, the entire grove goes up in flame. This is like you are in a contained, or like an enclosed space, so there's no hiding from this shit. There's like, everyone give me a dex save because I guess that's how the game works mechanically.
Titus never went into the room. They were still on the floor signing papers.
Oh, you didn't step into the thing
Is
at
the
all?
door open?
I don't know. Did you guys leave the door open when you went in?
Probably the door is open, yeah.
Okay, so I guess I would do a dex save against the fire coming out of the door.
Yeah, I'll give you advantage on the dex. Actually, no, you get advantage and disadvantage. So you get advantage because you're outside and disadvantage because
But
you're
I'm on the
drunk.
floor.
No,
Oh,
you're drunk
yeah.
and prone. That's double
Did you say-
disadvantage. So you
did
just
you
a
say
normal
dex?
roll.
Dex?
Just a normal dex roll. Got
Dexterity
it.
saving
Dex save.
throw.
Save throw.
Nice. I get a
Oh.
19. I'm gonna say that Titus is just laying full out on the floor, slowly signing and crying as they're signing all of their notes. But then they write a little note to Owl. I hope this makes your day better. Love, Titus. And there's teardrops smearing the ink at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I critically failed.
Cool.
Why
Eden?
can I not fucking do anything in here? What the fuck is happening? Hello? Okay, I'm just gonna roll.
You already used all your inspirations too? Cute. Well,
Yeah,
that makes
very
sense. You were
cute.
the one who was right in front of Estelle when
Yeah,
she
that's
blew
fair.
up.
That's fair.
Okay, give me 1 second. Everything borked. My computer went black for a second.
Do you want me to roll for you?
Also, Titus is resistant to fire.
Oh, is Titus resistant to fire damage?
have like
Titus's hair singes a little bit as it goes past.
let's see. Brother.
I can't see, brother. Brother.
Oh shit! Not 20.
A 20. Okay.
Yes.
The dice giveth and the dice taketh away. Super awkward that the critical failure went to the one without fire resistance. Lamau.
With
Good
the highest
news.
HP.
Yeah. Good news is though that I rolled absolute garbo on the damage. So Arcadia, you take 24 fire damage.
Ouch.
Titus and Eden, you both take half damage. So 12
12?
damage. Yep.
Why did my long rest not save my health? Why does it show that I have no health? Hold on. Let me fix this.
Okay, well, great.
You
You
also
do that.
have sorry. Never mind.
Okay.
You guys
But,
are
okay, so
killing
I-
me, please.
So if I do have fire resistance, do I take half of the half?
No,
They've already halved it for you.
Okay.
wait, no,
Okay,
hold
okay.
on. Okay, no, you take, because you take half of half, I guess.
Oh,
Right.
right.
So I would
the
just take
save.
6.
Yeah, because you save. So
Plus
you take
resistance.
6. So you both take 6 fire damage. My apologies. Which is baby nothing. Except that, you know what happens when you do a fireball in a canonically poisoned mushroom grove?
Toxic fumes.
Did you know that there are actually mushrooms that are fire activated? That's when they spore is in fires and they are responsive. It's
I
quite
actually
well
know
known.
that from the Underdark.
Cute. Did you know that morels grow after fires? Most people know about that. There are lots of other fire mushrooms that grow after fires, but there are also some that respond during fires. Did you know that there are mushrooms that grow towards radiation? There are mushrooms that are growing towards Chernobyl and nobody knows why. Super cool. Anyway, so as you release this fireball, it clears away Titus.
Mhm.
All the papers that were not on your person, everything that was on the ground, burns. I'm sorry. That is literally how the spell works. Could everyone give me could everyone give me a constitution saving throw?
Yeah. 11.
16. Titus is about to get pissed.
Oh, I got an 11 as well.
Titus is already pissed.
He's so pissed.
Arcadia and Eden, you both take 29 poison damage.
I'm down.
I'm down.
Titus, you take half damage.
Ugh, half of a odd.
Yeah,
Blech.
no clue what that is. That's between you and God. Don't fucking know.
Oh, that's not my calculator. Where's my calculator? I'm not doing this for real.
14.
14 and a half. Do I round it up?
14. You round it down.
Dope. Okay. Now I have to do the math on how much to subtract from.
So you took 20 damage total between the two fireballs. So you should be at your full health minus 20.
You know what? That would have been helpful before I calculated it. I've already calculated, which is it came out the right number, but
Are you down?
18. No, I have 18 left still.
Okay, great. So you, in your drunken stupor, see as your two friends tumble to the ground in this flaming grove of poisonous mushrooms. Your book is safe because it is still, I'm going to say, in your jacket, but your notes that have fallen to the ground are not. They have started to burn and singe away, and most are ash now. What do you do?
Oh yeah, how is Estelle?
Estelle just kind of goes, "Cook," and hiccups.
It's not an AoE does damage to Estelle?
Yeah, Estelle doesn't seem to follow the same rules.
Sure, fair enough. Yeah.
Estelle was already completely immune to fire damage since before she was born.
That's right. You were literally like
egg.
fireball.
As egg. Yeah,
Egg.
I literally like chucked fire bolts at the egg.
Since we're not technically in an encounter, could I do 2 actions?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. You're the only one who's conscious. You and Estelle. You just see this kind of flame, and then you just see this little creature with its tiny little wings looking at you, and she has hiccups.
Titus would get up, see that they're down, and have a panic moment and rush into the room. Yes, I know there's poisonous spores gas, but is the gas visible? Can I see that there's sporage and smoke and fumes in the air that looks clearly dangerous?
I'm going to say the spores, like after the initial kind of explosion, start to like settle. Like it's not like they float around the air per se. They just kind of go like, pff, and they sort of like keep. So if you go down on the ground, you might inhale some.
But if I'm running it, like it's above, my head's above the level. Okay. Titus would run in there and running first to Arcadia because Arcadia has a body. Because they wouldn't initially be worried about Eden as a sword. Because, a sword just looks like a sword. They can't see that they're prone other than they're laying on the ground. So thinking maybe they're hurt, but I should check on Arcadia, who's clearly hurt first. And would cast a level 1 Cure Wounds on Arcadia for 11 points of healing. And then run over to Eden and be like, I don't know if this is going to work, and cast it again for Eden. And you got 6 points of healing.
So one thing you notice as you go to kind of reach down to Eden, you see that like silver tether that she told you about. Like it's like there's a connection that seems to be coming out of the sword. But as you heal Fair, the tether disappears, and Eden, you wake up, you come back to consciousness.
How much?
6 points.
Arcadia like back to life and looks around and sort of like sees that everyone is conscious.
Titus' hands is shaking really bad right now.
Arcadia is going to lay on hands Eden for another 10, and then 15 for herself. Okay. Let's get the fuck out of here.
So come on. And I'm asking Estelle to like hop on my hilt so we can hover out.
Estelle is pointing at the corner of the room and trying to like kind of get your attention.
I look at the corner of the room.
And you see something shadowy, kind of in the haze. There's still some fire.
Can we put out this fire, perhaps? Okay, so I could start snuffing out smaller portion of fire. I think it's like a cubic foot of fire with prestidigitation, actually.
Okay. You do that and you're able to clear a little space. And you see what looks almost like another Amanita muscaria, like another red toadstool mushroom. Except this one is bulbous, almost spherical in its cap. It's round. And the white warts on it are huge, like dinner plates. And its stipe, where there would typically be a little veil, is short and stocky and seems to have 2 dark spots on it.
There's a very curious thing here. You should look at it.
Like a creature?
I don't know. It's a big ass mushroom.
Oh. Oh.
You see? And I'm like, I point it with the
And
tip.
as you do that, all of the warts on it, the white dots, blink open, and each one is an eye facing the 4 directions.
Oh God.
And it says to you, "Hey, don't look at me like that. I don't even know you. We haven't been acquainted." And then it is going to stand up. And so you saw that it looked like it had a short little stem, but what it actually had were knees pulled into its chest. And little kind of like dark spots on its knees. And as it stands up, you see this mushroom cap that is definitely almost the mushroom from Mario, except now she's got legs, baby. She's got legs and she knows how to use them. She goes, "Hi, I'm just your local mycophile, here to help you. I noticed you blew up my mushroom grove."
I am so sorry. My child ate a little bit of
That's fucked up.
I know it is. It's really she doesn't know better. She's just a few days old.
Can I eat her? Seems like fair payment. You know what they say.
She's my child.
Yeah, people eat dead mushrooms. Mushrooms eat dead people. Huh?
Well, she's fine. She's not dead.
Not yet.
Do you want to kill her?
Yes. And as they say that, around the perimeter of the cap, teeth come the whole way around, that just kind of like extend out. And you can see that it's like the top half and upper half of a jaw that kind of revolves around its legs.
Oh.
I'm going to eat that.
How close are we to the door?
I mean, I would say you and Titus are pretty close. Eden and Estelle are further into the room.
I will use my feet as an Eladrin of the spring port. I can not only teleport myself, but choose to teleport somebody else 30 feet out.
Oh,
so
shit!
Yeet!
I am going to, instead of teleporting myself out of the way, I will teleport Estelle 30 feet back.
Estelle goes,
That's close enough for me to grab Estelle.
yeah, and you just grab her out of the air. Whoop! And the mushroom says, I'm gonna eat that little thing. Get back over here. And starts like kind of like with its big stringy beanbowl legs, like kind of go galloping towards Estelle.
Jesus Christ. Arcadia's gonna take the dash action towards the door.
That's valid.
Goodbye.
Titus?
Would you say that at the angle that they're galloping towards, so like let's picture the room as a square, right? Here's the door over here. And so like Arcadia and the baby running towards the door. Titus is probably like here, and Eden was like here. So the thing galloping is like maybe in line with me, maybe.
Yep.
Yes,
Okay.
totally. Absolutely.
Titus is going to let's see. What is that? How do I don't wait. Why doesn't that show if it's a shape? What shape is this?
I have literally no idea what you're talking about.
Titus is petrified and mad and absolutely freaked out and still kind of drunk, and casts a 2nd level Scorching Ray
I just wanted to eat you.
at the thing. Like, just turns and points at it because it shoots 3 lines, and it's just like 3 beams of light just stab right through it. I roll damage for each of them if it hits, I guess.
Oh my god. Okay, give me those attack rolls. Oh, come on. I'll put your bones in my soup.
I don't actually know.
Those are like removable bones.
On a hit, it takes 2d6 damage per ray.
Okay, so you have to roll the spell, your like spell attack.
I clicked the wrong thing. Boop. Did that not work?
You could just do it 3 times.
I got a 13 to hit.
Yeah, that one misses. Fuck you.
I'm gonna use my inspiration and re-roll it.
Fuck. Let me eat that little creature.
Also, did this thing like
I got a
pass
16
me by?
On that one, does 16 hit?
Yeah, 16 hits.
Okay. That's 8 damage. I don't know if I re-roll damage for each, but that got max damage. Oh no, it's 2d6. I got 8. Okay.
Okay. They're currently fighting a very cursed mushroom with long legs and teeth.
With very sexy, scary legs.
Yeah,
Very
and
sexy.
fishnets. I mean,
Oh God, of course.
they're
It's
not
like one of those
Yassified
lamps, except for it's a
Patrick.
mushroom on top.
Yeah, I mean, they're not actually fishnets. They're mycorrhizal networks, but like they kind of have the same vibe.
I
Catch
love
me
hate
if you
this
can.
voice also. Yeah.
Oh no, this is great. I just thought of this creature and I was like, what does he sound like? And I opened my mouth and this is what came out. So, ooh, he's got a booty.
Booty. So, do you want me to re-roll damage for each ray, or just take the 8 damage for times 3?
You need to roll for each attack. So you're doing 3 rays, right?
Yep. Okay. I'll roll
And
again.
I just need you to tell me. I'll tell you the DC is
Another 16.
okay. That hits.
Okay, that one was 10 damage.
Okay.
And then 3rd ray is a 17 for 7 more damage.
Shit.
So 7 plus 10 plus 8. Let's see, it's 25 damage total. Fire damage
fuck.
specifically.
I hate that. You are not invited to the party. And as they're shouting this, they run right past Eden.
Okay, I
Opportunity?
would like to, get an opportunity attack, but my computer is completely. Am I still here?
Yeah,
You guys still
Yep.
see me?
like emotionally,
still see you.
spiritually.
My
who
computer is
knows?
completely black. So, as
Oh,
long
Let me see if I
okay,
can.
that's totally fine. I'm
Okay.
going to roll an attack. I believe I do have a 8.
I'll
to
look at
hit,
your sheet for you if you want.
and I have 2 attacks. No way. No fucking way. I swear to God. Hands up here, okay?
Yep.
I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see.
We really do anyways, because we love you. Yes, baby.
Damn.
Would that be
Okay.
opportunity advantage too if they're running between Eden and I?
You can't get higher than a nat 20, so hold your heckin'
Yeah.
horses. Okay.
What is it? A D10? for a longsword?
Let me check. Dagger, dancing longsword is 1d10 plus 2.
D10 plus 2. That is 5. So 5. It would be. It's a crit, right?
Yeah,
6
14.
Yeah.
20. 14 damage.
That is 12 damage.
Jesus.
Right?
Okay.
5 times 2.
Okay, so you just hack off a part of this creature. Can I tell you the image that inspired this in my head? This isn't what it looks like. I just wanted to share it with you. It's this.
I hate it. But that has that voice. Absolutely, it does.
That's why I made mine much eviler, because it's based off this cross with the Mario mushroom. But yeah, he talks like this, and that's why.
He does. And why is he standing beside a young Bill Gates?
You know, sometimes in life you have to eat a child to grow stronger. This
Or
is the
be
first
sus.
one I ate. Wow, everyone's saying they hate it. Honestly, a bunch of haters, quite literally.
Heard her called it mommy long legs.
Yeah. Here's some more. Some more.
Gotta go fast.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta go fast, okay? Sometimes I got places to be. God, you guys. You're welcome. Except you're not.
Do they have a name?
Their name is
Caprice. Capri Sun.
Capri Sun Shroom Fun. Capri Sun Shroom Fun. Me.
Mushoes. No, that's better. That's way better.
Mushoes.
Mushoes.
Fucking.
Mushoes.
Hi.
You want to wear mushoes?
I'm Mushoes.
Great. Okay. So you cut into this thing. You take off a fucking chunk of this guy. He is scorched. He is not thriving. One of the mycorrhizal networks have burnt off. The mycelium is no longer fishnetting. Goodbye.
Oh, bye, Eden.
Aiden's connection.
Fuck. Well, then that might be time anyway, because it is 9:30. And I will say the creature gets a few steps away from you and Estelle, and then falls to the ground and goes, "You guys fucking suck." And on that note, we're gonna raid over to Adrian, because it's almost.
Can you give me like 2 minutes, actually? Because I really need a break.
Well, my overlay is straight up broken. Like, you are not
So
on
is
the
mine,
screen
actually.
anymore.
Hold on. Everyone's broken. Everyone's broken.
Can we raid over to you and also you go on a break
Yeah.
for 2 minutes and then we
Yeah.
just entertain chat?
Yes. I'll just change the screen to a full, capture the whole thing.
Good thinking. Yeah, because we still have some debriefing to do. We learned a lot today, emotionally, spiritually. We've all grown here. My shoes. Mushroom. Oh,
Welcome.
my
Yay.
friend's back.
We're raiding over to Adrian where
we're
we're gonna
ra-
have the after party.
Okay, perfect.
Also, if you like this show, support us on Patreon if you want, or don't. I'm not your dad, unless you want me to be. Ooh.
I could be your daddy.
I could be your daddy. I could be your mommy.
Okay. Wow. I really could use a parental figure in my life, so that's really great to hear. I've always needed
Not
that
for
kind
free,
of support.
though.
What? Fuck. I'm a mushroom. How much money do you think you got?
Ellie's meme daddy. Call me meme daddy.
Oh, gross. Okay, goodbye.